Well, this game's starting out right now, kicking off to the north end zone. Here we go. Looks like he fumbles it there at the beginning, but the Lions have it at the 18, coming up to the 20. They've got a little bit of a hole there. The Falcons finally wrap him up at about the 30-yard line, where the Prestonwood Lions will take their first possession. So here we go.
It's going to be an interesting way how they come out here. It looks like they're going to stick with a 3-man front, 3 linebackers, 5 defensive backs. So they're definitely going to try and stop that air raid attack from the get-go.
Our first chance to see Wiley Green, the captain there for the Prestonwood Lions. In the backfield, he's got number 28 with him back there. Looks like Hunter McCall. I got to get the numbers here in a little bit. Handoff right up the middle. He's going to pop out to the left-hand side. Goes for about 7 or 8 before he gets wrapped up there for a nice play for the first play for the Lions there. Number 22 that was Joshua Cunningham. He's one of the guys we got to look out for. So, and they're going quick, no huddle. Lined right back up, 2 to the left, 2 to the right, 1 in the backfield with Wiley. Here's a snap. He's going to pass out to the right-hand side. Has his man, but wrapped up right away by the Falcons. And maybe before they got to the first down there, he could have jumped ahead there.
Yeah, it looked like the cornerbacks had a pretty good idea of what was going on. Looks like 26 Preston decided to undercut the receiver to force number 3, the slot receiver, back inside, and Daryl Miner went and cleaned it up.
And it's going to bring up a 3rd down, so the Lions already facing a 3-and-out here on the 39-yard line. Wiley's going to snap, sends his back out in motion, sends him out wide. He's got the ball, trying to get him tackled in the backfield. Had a chance to bring him down, but he shook the first tackler, and he's ridden out of bounds for about a 4 or 5-yard gain. Lions first down there at about 43.
Yeah, missed tackles are going to be a big factor into this game. You got to make every factor. You got to make every tackle you can make. I'm sorry.
You were talking about that. It looked like we had, who was that back there? D.L. Robertson had a chance to make a tackle in the backfield,
Yep.
Just couldn't quite come up with it. So the Lions line back up again, and Wiley's going to be in the backfield. Going long already, has a man, and he's got the ball at the 25, 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown. We were talking about Nick Cagnetto before the game started, Garen, and they must have seen the same film we did.
Yeah, and I'm wondering if the coaches just really trust in this kid. I'm not bad-mouthing him. All respect to Nick Cagnetto. He's a young guy. He's placed into the starting cornerback role, and I mean, he goes out there. He's getting beat, and he's getting these long touchdowns thrown on him. So I'm wondering if they're ever going to drop a safety towards his side from the beginning of the game to the end, because he's really struggling on those big guys.
So the Prestonwood Lions, after potentially going 3-and-out, get the first down. The first play after the first down is probably about a 52-yard touchdown pass. Only one to beat, and he hit him in stride, and extra point is up. Extra point is good, and it's 7-0 early here. Boy, this might be a long night, Garen.
Yeah, it's first drive, but you know, whenever they get, it only takes them, I believe that was 3 plays to score a touchdown. You get a little bit worried, and their receiver was the receiver that caught that long touchdown. I mean, Hurricane Harvey over here is working on his stats, but really burned our cornerback, and it's going to be interesting to see how the coaches respond.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that, Harvey. I didn't get his name either. I was too busy trying to figure out who missed the tackle for the Lions, whoever had that touchdown reception. This is number 8. All right, so that was going to be number 8's not even on the list there.
I think it was number 9. I think it was number 9, Riley Wilson, sophomore.
You know, guys, one thing I noticed is that the defense did not show any pressure towards the quarterback. He was just sitting there. You know, he took his time, and he just showed such poise, and it was easy for him to make that long throw.
Yeah, Wiley Green did have some time there, Shaji. That's a good insight on that one. And so the Lions are going to line up, kicking from my left to right towards the south end zone. Who we got here returning the ball? Looks like number 8 is going to be back there. Daryl Miner by himself on an island. So let's see what he can do here. And here's the kick. It's definitely going to be returnable. A short kick. Looks like they're going to try to field it about 27-yard line. Take it to 30. He's going to go to the east to west side of the sideline. Still on his feet, shaking a couple tackles, and finally down at the 39-yard line. So good field position to start here for the Lake Dallas Falcons. That was number 28 in return, Kylie Smith.
Yeah, Kylie Smith, he's really showing his vision. And it's really smart of the coaches to put him out there on kickoff return, especially to get those. When you watch film, you see those kickers, they really like to squib kick nowadays. So they're putting their best player back there to get the ball. He's really got great vision and had a pretty nice 10, 15-yard return right there. Now they're at the 39-yard line.
Yep, so familiar lineup here. Here's Ryan Depperschmidt, first snap of the game. He's going to hand off right up the middle there. No, he pitches out there to, no. It's a fumble. Did he gain possession? They're going to say he got it. Gosh, they're going to turn the ball over in the first play of the day. Ryan Depperschmidt went to pitch out there, and it looks like Kylie Smith couldn't get a handle on the ball. First down, Prestonwood Lions at the 38-yard line of the Falcons.
It was a little bit of a, just a not a great correlation right there. It looks like Kylie Smith was going just a little bit too fast for Ryan Depperschmidt, and Depperschmidt just threw it too short.
And I know Callie tried to bat the ball out of bounds, but didn't get enough of palm on it. So at the 37-yard line of the Falcons, my apologies. Wiley Green, who hasn't had a chance to take a breath, is back on the field. Here's the snap. He's going to fake the handoff up the middle. Has his man to the right-hand side. Pass is complete to number 36. That's going to be Solomon Turner for the Lions. Tackle made by...
That was number 26, Preston Suddets.
There we go.
He's going to be a big factor right there, and it looks like they're putting him a lot of man-on-man coverage.
Well, they are man-on-man, and I don't think anything's slowing Wiley Green down yet here. Again, here's a snap. Fakes a run up the middle there. It's going to get about 5 or 6 yards for you. He's met by the Lake Dallas Falcons there, and that was number 22 again. And again, these names are going to come to us here in a little bit. Verdell Edwards, I want to say.
Number 22, that was our guy, Cunningham. I believe, Dan.
All right. I got my roster here saying Verdell Edwards, but we'll see as the day goes on. So the Lions are already at 2nd and 4. Passes right hand side. Has a man wide open. Shakes the first tackle. Second tackle is going to bring him down to the 10. Man, the Falcons have to find something here fast, Garen. They are not showing any signs of being able to stop the Lions on any play.
Yeah, it looks like they're really playing some off-man coverage, giving him a lot of room. So that was how he was able to run that 5-yard slant, cut real hard from the outside going in, and really caught Preston Suddets as he in his back pedal as he caught him on the back of his heels.
Well, this is a very a momentum offense here by Wiley Green, and he's doing really well. Again, fake pass. Here's it right in the end zone. Touchdown, Prestonwood Lions to number 6, Jeremiah Lewis. He went the handoff in the middle, faked the handoff, play action pass. Right on a dime, and again, Cagnetto nowhere to be found.
Yeah, I'm waiting to see if they're ever going to put a safety over there to help him out, because he's really struggling. He's really having a hard time, so it'll be an interesting thing to watch.
So with 9:38 still in the first quarter, the score already 13-0. The Prestonwood Lions just eating up the Falcons here, coming into the turf and cementing their status as a perennial Division I powerhouse.
You know, they're really cutting them up inside, especially in the middle with those slants, and they're just finding no way to connect with it.
So Peyton Tollerson with the extra point, and it is good. That's going to be 14-0 Lions Falcons. We're going to go away for a quick break, and let's see what Michael Young can dial up here. You're listening to Lake Dallas Quarterback Club broadcast.
Commercial flooring can be complicated. Let the team at TW Hicks uncomplicate the process. Located right here in Denton, Texas, TW Hicks will work with you to determine the best solution for your flooring needs. Focused on quality service, quality leadership, and the experience needed to be your industrial flooring solution, make TW Hicks your flooring source.
So it looks like Lake Dallas Falcons are going to have to find a way to outscore the Lions, because they show no intent of not scoring on their possessions yet. I know it's early, it's only 2 possessions, but outside of that 3rd and short, that's been it. It's been 5 yards, 10 yards, 20 yards, 50 yards. That pass play did go to Riley Wilson for 57 yards on that touchdown reception earlier.
Yeah, and like I said beforehand, pass rush is going to be a huge factor, and so far it looks like those offensive tackles, they're athletic, and they're really keeping our defensive ends really held in touch.
All right, again, kicking to the south end zone. You've got Daryl Miner backed up there to receive the ball, along with Kylie Smith, and can't see the number there on the other fella here, but here comes Peyton Tollerson with the kick. A little bit deeper this time. This one is going to be taken by number 8, Daryl Miner, at the 5-yard line. It's at the 10, 15, cuts over to the other side of the field, 20, 25, 30. Good job of cutting from the right to left of the field, and finally down to 30. Took about 3 or 4 tacklers to get him down, so a nice return there by Daryl Miner.
Yeah, Daryl Miner's a pretty hefty dude. He's about, I believe, 190 pounds, and he can really move. So whenever he gets the ball, he's really improved on his running skills. I mean, I know that was only 1 kickoff return, but that was impressive. He found the hole and he bursted, got a nice return. Now they're at the 31-yard line. I'm sorry, I'm not good at calculating.
No, that's all right. We're going to learn about leadership here with Ryan Depperschmidt. Open backfield, 3 to his right, 2 to his left. He's going to back up in the backfield. Has his man, number 6, Christian Covington, for about a 7 or 8 yard gain. Nice first play to come out there for Ryan Depperschmidt. Get some positive yards for the offense.
Yeah, my man, Christian Covington. You got to keep giving it to him whenever you're stuck under pressure, because he's really underrated on this team, and he really bails Ryan Depperschmidt out.
So to the 35-yard line, 2nd and 5 here for the Lake Dallas Falcons. Ryan Depperschmidt again, open backfield. They're going to try to throw some stuff at the Lions here. Here's a snap. He's going to take a quick snap. Pops it right away across the middle. Nice catch there by number 21, Zach Sasser. That's going to be a Falcons first down. So a positive start here, and they're going to line right back up, Garen. I'm not going to have a chance to pitch to you.
It's good to see Sasser running those quick routes and them giving him the football.
All right, 3 to the left, 1 to the right. Kylie Smith in the backfield. Here's a snap to Ryan. Ryan's going to take a 2-step, 3-step drop. Pass comes out right away to Brandon Engel for about another 3 or 4 yards here.
Caught that in double coverage, Dan, so that's pretty impressive. He showed some strong hands right there running that quick sweep.
And right back, they're trying to put some pace on here and go to no-huddle offense. Ryan rolls out to the right-hand side. He's got some room to go. Almost gets to the first down, about a 4 or 5 yard gain. Going to bring up a 3rd and short here into Lion territory at their 47.
Now, there's always positive and negatives of running a no-huddle offense. The negatives is that if you happen to have a 3-and-out, which really isn't happening, and they're about to go on, and I'll continue this conversation after this play.
All right, I see C.J. Broadway out there for the Falcons there. That's a new face I haven't seen in a while. Ryan's got, again, Kylie Smith in the backfield with him. Brandon Engel lined up to his right, puts him on the line with the rest of the offensive line. Pitch out to Kylie Smith. Kylie Smith's going to be met. Oh, wow, lots of people in the backfield. Shakes the first couple tacklers.
That's a flag.
No, it didn't get a horse tackle. You know, he got him right above the numbers, 2 hands, just grabbed the jersey. But an unfortunate, it was a 3rd and 1. Good opportunity for the Falcons to get a first down. It's going to bring up a big loss, about 5 yards, bring up about a 4th and 6.
Yeah, and Coach Young, it looks like, they're not going to go for it. But it really wouldn't surprise me if Coach Young decided to go for it and really shock Prestonwood out of the gate.
All right, so the hero from last week's game, Marcial Apaez, in the backfield to punt this one away for the Falcons. Lining up at about his 33, 34-yard line. Let's see if he can send one deep and give the Lions some trouble on the... Sends it deep. It's going to bounce at the
Great
10.
kick.
Oh, wow. Rolls out at about the 7 or 8-yard line. A fantastic kick by Apaez.
I think he should take a bow as soon as he punts that ball. That was a beautiful punt. Landed on the 7-yard line, not even giving the other team a chance to pick it up.
So real close to, well, they're going to, stat-wise be about 42, but 52 yards. Beautiful kick. Going to bury him deep at their own 8-yard line. And they're already on the field. The Lions are lining up 1st and 10 at their 8. So let's see if the defense had a chance to, at least they had a chance to rest back on the field and maybe slow this Lions offense down.
Let's see if these defensive ends will use some finesse.
Wiley Green takes a snap, fakes the handoff, got a wide receiver wide open to the left-hand side, quickly tackled right away. Did a good job of coming off his tackle there to make that tackle. Nick Cagnetto, nice job coming off his block to make the tackle.
Yeah, I think when something like that happens, right from the get-go, you just got to think, man, I really got to prove myself and really prove that I do belong on this field. So it's doing a pretty solid job of tackling.
All right, so Wiley Green, again, has his man in the backfield with him. Sends him in motion. He's going to open the backfield. Pass long again, going to the right-hand side of the field, but way too long there on coverage was 26 Preston Suttis.
Yeah, it looks like they ran a stunt right there with the 2 defensive tackles, Zaylin Long and D.L. Robertson. Looks like Zaylin Long took both the center and the guard on DL's side. DL had a free lane right there and got a good quarterback pressure.
Well, it looks like Wiley's trying to bring Ricky Baker into the game. The pass was to him. Remember, he's had 233 yards on the season so far, so he's trying to get him warmed up. A little bit early there by number 75, Zaylin Long. I don't know if he was drawing off sides or not, but if not, it's going to be a 5 or 10 yards against the defense and give him a first down. Let's see here. They are calling offsides on the defense, so they're marching off 5. I apologize. Still going to be a 3rd and 3.
In these situations, they're going to go for that quick pass again. It's been killing the Falcons all night.
All right, so Wiley in the backfield again. 1 in the backfield with him, 2 to his left, 2 to his right. He's going to roll out to his right-hand side, has a man. Oh, he missed him badly. trying again to get to number 3 there with Ricky Baker, and that's going to fall incomplete. So a good 3 and out there for the Falcons.
Yeah, Jacob Machuca did a really nice job of keeping containment. It looks like the tight end really tried to cut him off just from the get-go. And, you know, Jacob Machuca has pretty good quickness, and he was able to get on the outside and keep containment and really pressure that quarterback into throwing it away.
Boy, the Falcons have no faith in this kicker. Jalen Harris is lining up at the Lions' 40-yard line to receive this punt. Here's the kick. It is a short kick. Boy, they saw some game film and liked what they saw. It's going to bounce at their 36-yard line. Roll it at 35. The Falcons are going to have fantastic field position when we come back here. 1st and 10 at the Lions 35. You're listening to Lake Dallas Quarterback Club broadcast. All right, folks. Well, guess what? There are no commercial breaks tonight. We are going to gut this one out here, Garen.
Yeah, we're your Ron Burgundy forecast. So,
all right, so Kylie Smith in the backfield with Ryan Depperschmidt, 3 to his left, 1 to his right. Ryan's going to drop back here. He's going to take off a run right up the middle. Plenty of room to go. Evades about 3 or 4 tacklers before he's tackled after a 6-yard gain down to the 29-yard line, 2nd and 4.
Yeah, he saw a lot of green in front of him, and all of his receivers were covered up, so pretty well done decision by him.
Well, I haven't seen this before. 4 wide receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Try to draw him offside. I don't see a flag. He's going to toss it up there for grabs. Let's see if he can come down with it. Was going there to Christian Covington. He was double covered there. It's going to fall incomplete. Bring up a 3rd and 3.
There is a flag on the defense.
All right, Shaji. I thought there would be. There's 2 guys that jumped there on the right-hand side of the line, and looks like they're going to walk it off.
I really saw
5 yards. If they do, that's going to be a 1st down for the Falcons.
I really saw a lot of hand fighting right there. I'm sorry to interrupt you, but I saw a lot of hand fighting by those 2 defensive backs on Christian Covington. So,
all right, down to the Lions' 23-yard line, heading to the north, or the north end zone there. Ryan Depperschmidt with an open backfield, takes a snap, looks to his left, goes back to his right, has Brandon in the end zone. He's going to try to get up there and climb a ladder. Try to one-handed grab and incomplete. Oh, pass interference.
Man, I don't know if that looks familiar. He definitely tried to Odell Beckham that, and he almost had it, Dan.
So Brandon Engel, single coverage there, covered by number 24, Cody Alcorn. Went up for the one-handed grab and was pulled back. Pass interference is going to give us a 1st and goal.
That was a great effort by Brandon Engel. I don't know if you saw it, but he really got close to catching that with one hand, and it just bounced off his palm, and especially that guy really pulled down his hand. So
the Falcons take on business here at the 8-yard line, 1st and goal. Ryan's got Kylie in the backfield with him, rolls out to his right-hand side. He's going to keep it himself down to about 5-yard line. He just gets walloped at the 5-yard line for a gain of about 3.
Yeah, I'm trying to see who they have shadowing the quarterback because I've kind of seen them all game. Looks like number 40, and that would be, looks like linebacker Matthew O'Reilly.
Looked more like a Mack truck from Mingo because he got hammered when he got through that line there. So Ryan's going to open up the backfield, 3 to his left, 2 to his right. Plenty of time on the clock, about 5 minutes left. He's going to check back to the sidelines, make sure he's got the call he wants.
Looks like O'Reilly's got the quarterback.
Taking his time. Here's a snap, looking to his left-hand side. Man coming rush blind side. Is going to take him down at about the 10-yard line for about a 5-yard loss. Going to bring up a 3rd and goal from the 10.
No, I gotta make a prediction here.
All right, you're pretty good at this, Nostradamus. What do you got?
Brandon Engel on a post.
All right, the line 3 to the right, 2 to the left, open backfield. Kylie Smith's in motion. He's going to try to take off up the middle and gets met by about 3 or 4 Lions. Ryan was trying to, I don't know if he didn't like what he saw and just pulled it down or was trying to fake there, but that's going to bring up a 4th down.
I ain't got it today. If I can't get it from the first prediction, everybody, don't listen to what I'm about to say.
You know, one thing I've noticed is that they are already running Ryan Dapperschmidt way too much. They haven't even started a running game at all, and so far it just costed them when they had a good chance to score a touchdown.
So Marcial Apayez lines up to try to put 3 points on the board here for the Falcons. And here's the kick. It's up, and it is good. That's going to be 3 points for the Falcons.
It is no good.
3 to 4. It's no good. Man, you would think that my vision would be better here with the lights and this angle. But I can't argue with Shaji. There's no points going on the board. So the Falcons, impressive drive. Well, not really impressive drive. We took over at their 36-yard line. But had a chance. first and goal and come away empty.
Yeah, you got to capitalize on those plays, especially when you get down to when your defense stops them and you get to the opponent's 30-yard line. You really got to get some sort of points out of there. So,
boy, after last week, Shaji, I thought it was going to be automatic, and I got a little ahead of myself there. So the Lions take over business. Wiley's in the backfield, has his man to the right-hand side. It's going to get about real close to a first down, but a flag comes in late. I don't know if they're going to call a hold on the defense there or what. Let's see what the call is.
I think you're going to get a hold on the wide receiver. I think it's going to be in the Falcons' favor.
That is holding on the offense, Garen, so your Nostradamus stuff's coming back there. Let's hold on a second. And just to recap, they took over possession at their 20-yard line, so after a 5 or 10-yard penalty, let's see how far they drop it off here. Should be 10. Now they're walking it off. Took them a little while to get going, but they're going to walk it off to the 10-yard line. It's going to be a 1st and 20, so another good opportunity for the Falcons to hold the Lions deep in their territory and maybe play the field possession game.
I really want to see a great pass rush by one of these defensive linemen right here. This is a good time to get a sack. So,
all right, so Wiley Green has one in the backfield with him, 2 to his left, 2 to his right. Here's a snap, drops back, going to throw it out to the left-hand side, has his man open, shakes the first tackle, gets tackled after that, but it's going to pick up about 11 yards there. Going to bring up a 2nd and 9.
Yeah, that's just Nick Cagnetto looks like he's really struggling out there, Dan. He's really having a hard time because he's getting his weight's getting back on his heels, and whenever they run those stop routes, he's so focused on those.
So has Joshua Cunningham in the backfield with him, and Joshua's going to take off the ball. Has a nice hole up the middle there for about 10 yards. It's going to be a first down for the Lions at the Lions 35 or 34-yard line. They're lining right back up to get after it again. So Joshua Cunningham finally starting to get some yards on the board. Here's Wiley with a snap. He's going to throw it to his right-hand side. Has a man. Going to beat the first tackler. Oh, you know what? Actually, what was that down there?
That was Kobe Minor with the shoes.
Did a good job of
tackle.
After he got beat on the tackle, pushed him off, but ended up getting just enough on there to bring the receiver down for about a 6 or 7 yard gain. So the Lions try to get back into business again. Already past their 40-yard line. Throws to the left-hand side. It's going to skip off the ground and going to be incomplete. So brings up a 3rd and 3 for the Lions.
No, I think because the two defensive ends are really kind of having some trouble with the pass rushing, I've really noticed that they're using Daryl Minor as an edge rusher and really trying to incorporate him into there. So it's going to be an interesting matchup to see if he can get back there to the quarterback.
All right, Wiley Green in the backfield, waiting for the snap. Here's the snap, looks to his right-hand side, has a pass. Got him open right away, but man, did the Falcons do a good job of wrapping him up. That's going to bring up a 4th and short here for the Lions.
I think Preston Sudis got lucky right there. He kind of threw him out just a little too late once he'd gone out of bounds. So, but overall, great play by the Falcons and a good gang tackle. And now it's 4th down. So it'll
Wiley Green's checking the sidelines. It looks like he might try to go with this on a 4th and 2. It'd be a big stop here for the Falcons. And they are. They really don't trust that punter. After that last punt of maybe 20 yards, I can see why. A deep drop. Oh, a nice little squib punt. Drops it back here. Boy, sends it long. What a great call. It's going to roll out of bounds at the 18-yard line, and that was got Wiley Green just stepping back, punting it down there, and good play by the Lions. Falcons are going to come on the field, take possession at their 18-yard line, 1st and 10.
You know, it was another good stop by the Falcons. Their defense has finally woken up, and they're starting to get going, but now the offense needs to get going too.
Yeah, we got to see if Ryan Depperschmidt will really show. I mean, I know he'll show up. He's got a lot of poise, and he's got a big leadership role on this team.
So they show some heart. Got R.J. Eanes in the backfield with him this time. 2 to his right, 2 to his left. A lot of flags out there in the field. Just as he's going to hand off the Eanes up the middle, they're going to get a false start legal procedure on the Falcons and back them up a little bit here. Bring up 1st and 15 for the Falcons.
Now I'm wondering if they're going to try and get the running game involved a little bit more. It looks like there's a really big gap between the defensive end and the defensive tackle.
All right, to the left, to the right. R.J. Eanes right up the middle. It's going to be met right away after maybe a short gain of about 1 yard. But no derivation from that last play at carbon copy, and the Lions were ready for it.
Yeah, that was number 40, Matt O'Reilly. He's really keying in on Depperschmidt, really shadowing him, and whenever he gives it a dive, he's right there to meet him. So it'll be they'll have to plan around that. So
going to bring up a 2nd and 14. Falcons back at their own 14-yard line. Ryan's going to open up the backfield. 4 to his right, 1 to his left. Here's a snap. Looks to his left-hand side. Got a man across the middle and gets hit right away. Did a good job of hitting him right when he tried to catch the ball. Trying to get there to number 19, C.J. Broadway, but falls incomplete. Going to bring up a 3rd and long.
I don't think that was too bad of a decision by Depperschmidt right there. That cornerback really had some good recovery time. He really burnt him on the stop route, and cornerbacks, some cornerbacks just have that get up and go type of mentality, and that cornerback's got it, and he really stopped him.
So a little bit of a hole here for the Falcons, 3rd and 14. Ryan's got an open backfield again. He drops back. He's got pressure coming on. He's going to try to go long here to Brandon. Just missed Brandon Engel on that. It would have been a first down if he was found a way to catch it there. But
Dan, I'm sorry to interrupt you, but there is a flag on the play for roughing the passer.
Yeah, I saw number 10 on Prestonwood really hit Ryan Depperschmidt about 2 seconds after he threw the ball. So that's going to be a call any day.
Well, I think the Lions know that they can probably absorb that penalty and might do be just sending a message to Ryan Depperschmidt and the rest of the Falcons. Let's see if that shakes up Ryan and maybe stirs some up with the rest of the offense to come alive here. They're going to walk off that penalty, give the Falcons a first down. Looks like they're going to take over at about their 29-yard line, 1st and 10.
Yeah, let's see how they're going to respond to
Now look at this here. You've got Kylie Smith in the backfield. Ryan Depperschmidt isn't on the field right now unless he's lined up in a receiver. A direct snap right up the middle. He's got plenty of room there. Nice burst for about 13 yards for Kylie Smith.
That's the lightning right there. He's got a lot of talent. He can really find the hole. He really bursts through there whenever he gets the ball into his hands.
So Ryan Depperschmidt had managed to camouflage himself in a slot on that last one. He is back again with Kylie in the backfield. 3 to his left, 1 to his right. Here's a snap. He's got some time this time. Passes out to Kylie Smith. He's going to be at the 40, 45. Tries to cut back there and get into their side of the field. Going to be at the 48-yard line. About a 5-yard gain. 2nd and 5.
Keep getting him involved. Kylie Smith really causes a mismatch because they line him up out at the slot receiver position. They put him back at running back, and he can do both.
Well, Coach Young's going to give him a break. He just came to the sidelines. R.J. Eanes is in the backfield with Ryan Depperschmidt. See if they can keep this drive going here. And whistles again, flags again. Looks like the start of a sloppy game. We've had quite a few penalties already, and this is going to be walked off against the Falcons.
Yeah, I mean, as we saw in the Denton game a couple weeks ago, penalties are a big deal, so you really got to hope that Lake Dallas will kind of settle down, take a deep breath, get back out there.
Yeah, with 1:17 left in the first quarter, we already have 7 penalties in this game.
Yeah.
So that's going to bring up a 2nd and 10 at their 43. Ryan Depperschmidt's in the backfield again with R.J. Eanes. Has 2 to his left, 2 to his right, spreading it out a little bit. Just off the right hash mark. And fakes the pitch, has some time, looking long this time for Brandon Engel. Has him, catch the ball down to the 20-yard line. A beautiful pass there, about 35 yards. First and 10 Falcons.
Now, about 15 plays ago, I called Brandon Engel catching the post for a touchdown, but
it was just delayed. It
was delayed by a lot. Really good play, really good cut.
All right, so
Brandon
a 37-yard deep pass. The boys hooking up again. Brandon Engel with a beautiful pass. Single coverage. If they single up Brandon Engel, we've got a chance tonight, Garen.
Definitely, and I think Ryan Depperschmidt saw that from the get-go, and that was a really good play fake by him to catch the whole defense off guard and throw that bomb.
So 1st and 10 from Lions 20. Ryan falls back into the play, gets his man. Looks like they're trying to set up a screen because the Lions came through pretty much untouched. Tried to go to Kylie Smith there. It's going to take a loss of about 3 yards.
Kudos to Smith for snagging that out of the air. That could have been
a pick.
That was a very, very good job by Kylie.
I feel that wasn't the intended play. You see they were showing blitz, and Depperschmidt almost got sacked again, so I feel like that was just a desperate throw.
All right, so they're sending Kylie Smith out on the wing there. Eanes in the backfield. Depperschmidt here comes Smith, motion to his right, but it does go to Eanes up the middle. Try to catch him off guard, and the Lions were having none of it. Another loss of about 1 yard. Going to bring up 3rd and long.
Now, they're having man-on-man coverage against 2 of our biggest and probably most talented wide receivers out there on Brandon Engel and Christian Covington. So let's see if Ryan Depperschmidt will see that and he'll sense.
How you feeling about Christian Covington in this one? 4 to his left, 1 to his right. Ryan Depperschmidt opens the backfield up again. This is a fairly common look here for the Falcons this year.
I'll take him getting over 60.
And that's going to be the end of the first quarter. So when we come back, a big 3rd and 15 play from the Lions 25. You're listening to the Lake Dallas Quarterback Club broadcast.
Great things begin with the perfect partnership. Whether you're looking for a new career or seeking the best talent for your job opening, the team at Cornerstone Staffing can help you get the ball across the line. Committed to supporting the DFW community through compassion, integrity, self-discipline, and faith, Cornerstone Staffing will help you find the perfect match, guaranteed. Cornerstone Bone Daddy's House of Smoke is your place to go for delicious barbecue, new family-friendly vibes, and an outstanding menu. Bone Daddy's a proud supporter of Lake Dallas football.
All right, so switching fields here. Now they're going to try to punch it into the south end zone, going from our left to right. The Lions are on their field. Looks like Young's got his troops there talking with him. Now, who's talking with him down there? Garen, I'm going to lean on your expertise here.
It looks like that is Coach Walter Sheed, the wide receiver coach, talking to the offensive lineman, which is a little different. You would Coach Sanders up here calling the plays up in the press box, and you had Coach Coward out there, the quarterback coach.
Now, scoreboard says 3rd and 15 from 25. They're lined up at the 30-yard line of the Lions, so one of these two things is not like the other. But Ryan Depperschmidt opens up the backfield, 3 to his right, 2 to his left. Big 3rd and 15 play here. Let's see what the Falcons do. He takes a 3-step drop. Oh, man. Was getting ready to take off, pulled the ball down, and the Lions did a good job pursuit. Sacked him for a loss, and that's going to bring up 4th down.
Yeah, they're going to go for this right here because, I mean, this would be about a 56-yard field goal, I believe. And, you know, it's high school football. Not many kids have the leg for that, so they're going to go for it. They're going to try and get it to one of their receivers.
Yeah,
maybe try to get a little bit closer and pin them back. But we'll see if they get the touchdown.
At the Lions' 33-yard line, Ryan's got 4 to his left, 1 to his right. Here's the snap. He's looking to Brandon Engel again, has some time, rolls out to his right-hand side. Big ball in the air. Let's see what just going to fall dead in the end zone. Looks like the Lions are going to take over possession at their own 33-yard line.
Yeah, you know, any play besides a dead play is better than nothing. So you hate to see it go into 4th down and then get really not too bad a field position instead of pinning them back maybe a little bit deeper into their own territory. So,
you know, I would have liked to see Ryan at least throw it into an area where his receivers had a chance to catch the ball. Where he threw it, no one was within 5 yards of where it landed.
Yeah, and I really saw Brandon Engel. I think Brandon Engel, he's got some ups as a wide receiver, and he really could have got up there. I think he would have had a chance to catch it.
All right, so Wiley Green organizes the Lions again, taking over at their 33-yard line, going from our right to left. He's got 1 in the backfield with him, 3 wide receivers, 2 to his left. Here's a snap, takes a really quick one-step drop, punts it out to the right-hand side, has his man, tries to evade the first tackler, but does not have success doing that. 9-yard gain, 2nd and 1.
They're really getting them on looks like the defensive backs are putting a lot of cushion. It looks like there's about 8 yards in between the cornerbacks and the wide receivers, and they're just killing them on those slants.
Yeah, that was Preston set us on the tackle. That was captain to captain. Handoff right up the middle. He's got some room. Evades 2 tackles and finally goes down at the Falcons' 49-yard line. It's going to bring up a 1st down. Boy, a big hole up the middle.
Yeah, and they're really starting to get their own balanced offensive attack. Excuse me.
Easy for you to say. That was Joshua Cunningham on the run. Wiley's already in the backfield again. Goes to Cunningham again. Tries to get up the middle there. Finds another big hole. Flag comes in late, and hopefully he's going to be a holding because he got about 6 or 7 yards there up the right-hand side.
It is holding on the offense.
All right, so that's going to back the Lions up back to their side of the field from their 49. Bring up a big 1st and 15. Oh, no, 1st and 20. What am I talking about if that's holding?
It's all good. We're all newbies still. It's only our 4th game, everybody, and really not doing too bad of a job.
Even the best have their mistakes.
They say they need more software options, more storage capacity, more everything.
We had a little bit of theme music right there, if y'all couldn't catch that. So, getting ready to get off on this play.
All right, so here's a snap. Wiley throws out to his left-hand side. Has a man, but wrapped up immediately. Really good tackle there by Nick Tagnetto. Finding him right away. It looks like maybe a 5 or 6 yard gain. Going to bring up about a 2nd and 14.
Now, he can really hold his own against the smaller guys, but I think the more physical guys he really has a lot more trouble with is what it's been looking like.
Okay, so he has Joshua Cunningham back there again with him in the backfield. Wiley Green, let's take a snap, has 2 receivers left, 2 right. Quick one-step drop. A little bit of trouble rolling out to his right-hand side. Keeps looking downfield. Has a man there. Catches the ball at about the Falcon 46-yard line. Gets another 2 yards. Bring up about a 3rd and 5.
The outside linebacker lost containment on his man out there, and that's how number 3 was able to find that open seam in the defense. And
yeah, the Lions are already on the line of scrimmage. Try to catch him off sides. Looked like he maybe jumped a little bit, but reset himself. Wiley Green checks back to the coach's sideline there. Make sure he has the right call. Here's a snap. Handoff right up the middle. Joshua Cunningham is met by a few Falcons. Breaks through the tackles. Great job of staying on his feet. He's going to get the first down. Boy, the Falcons had him for a 4th down and couldn't contain.
You know, the first lesson you're taught when playing football is how to wrap up and tackle, and they were not wrapping up. They were trying to do arm tackling, and that's not going to work here.
Yeah, and that's a big factor into the game is really wrapping up, driving your feet. So they really got to work on that and really try to fix those mistakes.
All right, so a false start here on the offense. It's going to drop him back a little bit. Yeah, it looks like he ran that last play. He ran over on Daryl Miner's side of the ball and just ran right through the tackle. I don't think he's going to let that happen too many more times. So it brings up a 1st and 15 from the Falcon 41-yard line. 9 minutes left on the clock here in the first half.
There's a lot of penalties in this game, mostly on the Lions, but Falcons just can't seem to capitalize on it.
Yeah, the Lions, it looks like they have 6 penalties for 57 yards, Falcons 3 for 15.
All right, Wiley Green right across the middle has his man for about 10 yards. Going to bring up about a 2nd and 5 in business here in Falcons territory at their 31-yard line.
Yeah, and Wiley Green, he's 12 for 16, 141 yards, 2 touchdowns, and it's only 2nd quarter. Falcons defense really has to figure out a way to
Here's a snap. Again, handoff right up the middle there to number 32. It looked like Jacoby Butler. Haven't seen his number. No, I'm sorry, that was 33. Maybe Timothy Taylor. Timothy Taylor. It's Timothy here. That's bizarre. We were having that argument earlier, but he gives the ball right back to him. Again, picking on the right-hand side of the defensive line on the 3rd down. Going to pick up the 1st down at the Falcons' 24-yard line. So every time they run the ball here, Garen, the Lions really seem to be focusing on the as you're facing the right-hand side of their line, the left-hand side of our defensive line.
They're running a lot of pulls with their left offensive guard, number 75, and it looks like he's their big man.
All right, a big pass left-hand side of the end zone. He had his man, but the ball was going to be relatively uncatchable. Number 23 went up to try to get it there.
That was
Verdell Edwards.
That was great coverage by number 2, Jalen Harris. He's one of our players that we really don't talk much about, but we really should have. He's a hard worker when he gets out on the field, and add that as another pass deflection to his stat line.
So did not catch the Falcons sleeping on that one. It's going to be a 2nd and 10. Wiley Green in the backfield again. 2 to his left, 2 to his right, 1 in the backfield. Here's a snap. Hands off right up the middle. Got plenty of room. Makes 1 man miss. Makes 2 men miss. Finally tackled at about the 3-yard line. Wow, what a big gainer there by... Again, if that's 33, that's going to be Timothy Taylor.
Yeah, you really got to hope that Lake Dallas isn't going to be skunked at this point. So, really, the defense has to hold up right here.
So 1st and goal here for the Lions. Handoff up the middle again to Timothy Taylor. He's going to back 1 and in for a touchdown. 20-0. Garen, help me out here. What's going on?
I mean, both sides of the ball are really struggling. The offense is really having a hard time. As whenever they get a 1st down, they're thankful to get that 1st down, and it's really, you just got to be able to drive down the field, get 3 points, not even every drive, just maybe every 2-3 drives down there, get 3 points, score a couple touchdowns, but they're really having a hard time stopping Wiley Green and that air raid offense.
All right, so line up for the extra point here. Kick is up. It looks good, but again, I can't tell.
It is good. It is good.
I can't tell either. Shaji, you have to be our guy down there.
It is good, gentlemen.
So with they had a little bit of a spell there where the Falcons were trying to slow them down, but after that, the Lions regained their composure. They're up 21-0. We're going to take a short break here, and we'll be right back with this Lake Dallas Quarterback Club broadcast.
Chick-fil-A, located in Kensington Square on Swisher Road in Crimp. What else can you say? They have delicious food, great service, a friendly staff, and they're proud supporters of the Lake Dallas Falcons. Come down and try the new Egg White Grill breakfast sandwich. Open from 6 a.m. to 10 p.m. with breakfast served until 10:30 a.m. As always, eat more chicken.
Howdy folks, Harvey Lusk here. Go see Huffines Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram of Louisville. Are you looking for a new or used vehicle? Well, Huffines has it. Ask for my friend Steve Bain and ask for the Falcon Family Discount. Conveniently located south in Louisville on I-35. Huffines has it.
All right, so playmakers Jalen Harris, Daryl Miner, and Kylie Smith are back to field this kickoff here, your playmakers, and we need some plays made here, Garen. Down 21-zip.
Yeah, they're going to have to get a big return right here in order to get a spark going on the offense. It really looks like they're down out there, and having a spark could really uplift
All
this
right,
team.
so here's the Lions kick towards the north end zone. It's going to be returnable. No, right up the middle there. It's going to be a touchback kicked out of the end zone there. Again, the angles are tough to see up here, but it's going to be 1st and 10 from the 35-yard line with the Falcons going to take possession and try to get something out of this game.
Yeah, you really got to...
What does Coach Young dial up here, Garen?
This is when you use some of those trick plays, get a little momentum flowing through the offense. I know you want to save those trick plays for the end of the game, but you really don't want to get the game and let the other team get too far ahead of you.
And where's the player's mindset when it gets to this point? Are they already thinking this is more of a exercise for the rest of the season? Is your head still in the game at this point? I mean, you've been in these games before. Where's your head as a player?
Yeah, those leaders especially, they're the ones that are supposed to be down there on the field. They really have to keep the team uplifted, and they really have to keep the team feeling like it is pregame. They really have to keep them hyped up, and it's really tough to do that as a captain. But that's how we saw it last week. Lake Dallas was able to come back and defeat Centennial 37-36. So you really got to see if those captains are going to be able to step up.
Ryan Depperschmidt tried to do that and got a 2-yard gain up the middle. It's going to pass to his right-hand side and incomplete. Going to bring up a 3rd and 8. So Ryan's trying to take some of those plays on the shoulder, but misses his pass there to Darius Goodlow, the freshman. That's going to bring up a 3rd and 8 on their own 27.
I feel like where they're going wrong is yet again they're just like they're relying too much on the QB sneak. You realize it's not going. They really need to get that running game started, and unfortunately they can't because run plays obviously eat the clock, and they don't want to waste time on this clock.
Kylie Smith's in the backfield there with Ryan Depperschmidt, 2 to his left, 2 to his right. And here's a snap. Takes about a 3-step drop, pitches out to Kylie Smith on the right-hand side. Kylie's got a little bit of running room there if he can squeeze it out. Going to be just about a yard short, 4th and 1. Nice play there. Good pickup, but again, not enough to keep the drive going unless they're going to go for it here.
You're going to see Coach Young go for this, especially 6 minutes, 55 seconds. This is the time you're going to see Coach Young go for those 4th downs, those 4th and shorts. Look for Lake Dallas to try. They're more than likely going to run a quarterback sneak here or toss it out to Smith.
Well, I was half expecting for Zaylen Long to come out in their power package, but they keep Eanes and Smith in the backfield, lined up in the eye behind Ryan Depperschmidt. 2 receivers to his right-hand side. Here's a snap. Handoff right to Roger Eanes, met immediately in the backfield and thrown down with some authority. That's going to be turnover on possessions. The Lions are going to take up business here at the Falcon 28-yard line. So did not get out of that mess. R.J. Eanes met immediately when he handed the ball off.
Yeah, the right offensive guard really missed his job. And as what I mean by job is you find your man, you get him, you block him. He just whiffed, just was too far on his toes and just whiffed and fell forward, and that was how they were able to.
And
they were able to gobble up our
the way he was tackled, it almost looks like Prestonwood took offense to the fact that they went for it on 4th and 1, because after he met Eanes in the backfield, he picked him up and tried to slam him to the turf.
Yeah.
So 1st and 10 at the Falcons 31. The Lions are going to take over possession going from our right to left. Here's a snap to Wiley. Fakes 1 pass, fakes 2, and goes down for a sack. Big number 15 there, D.L. Robertson. Chalks 1 up there. Going to be a loss of about 5. So nice play on the defense there. Looked like a coverage sack.
Yeah, he had a pretty relentless pass rush right there, and that's what makes D linemen. That's what makes them get that extra edge on the against compared to other DNs. So
Wiley Green had a few seconds, but could not find anybody. 2nd down and long. Going to be handoff up the middle. Breaks one tackle, shakes out of another one. It's going to be finally brought down after about 10 yards, but again, it was a long way to go, so going to bring up about a third and about 5 or 6. Haven't seen his numbered call yet tonight. Who was that? No, that was number 22. What am I talking about? That's Joshua Cunningham. He's been playing all night. So Joshua's back there again with Wiley Green for the Lions. Third and they're going to call it 8 at the Falcons' 29-yard line. He's got 3 to his right, 1 to his left. Takes a quick one-step drop. Looks to his right-hand side. Doesn't see it. Scrambling to his right-hand side. It's going to go long on this one. Has a man in the end zone for an easy touchdown. Number 3, that's Ricky Baker, beating up Kobe Minor back there. Kobe's going to be losing sleep on that one, Garen.
Yeah, rookie mistake by him. He really, when you look back as a defensive back in the quarterback's eyes, you lose your man. Unless you're one of the best corners, which, I mean, you don't see any guys unless they're in the National Football League, be able to look back at the quarterback and find the ball. And he made that mistake, really thought the play was over with, just making sure that the play was still going. He got caught up.
Well, again, only a sophomore, Kobe Minor. This is a good learning experience for him. It looks like this is going to be a learning experience for the Falcons altogether. Here's the extra point. Looks like it was blocked, so
Kobe Minor.
So something positive out of there for the Falcons. Pulled it to 27-0, but showing no signs of stopping the Prestonwood Lions when we come back. 5:18 on the clock. The Falcons are going to try to get something going on offense. You're listening to the Lake Dallas Quarterback Club broadcast.
Yeah, I know you see it over there. Right off I-35 in Denton. New family-friendly vibes, same sweet, saucy barbecue. I'm talking ribs all saucy. I'm talking pork all saucy. If you want barbecue, Bone Daddy's is for you. Gotta get your barbecue from Bone Daddy's. Bone Daddy's House of Smoke is your place to go for delicious barbecue, new family-friendly vibes, and an outstanding menu. Bone Daddy's, a proud supporter of Lake Dallas football.
All right, so we still have a football game. The Falcons haven't packed it in yet. They're down 27-zip. Obviously not a whole lot of positives here in this game yet, but plenty of time. We're going to see a lot more game here. Here's a kickoff from Lions going from our right to left. It's going to be returnable. We're going to take possession about the 8-yard line. That's going to be Jalen Harris bringing the ball back. Tries to go up the middle. It's going to make it out to about the 26-yard line, 1st and 10 Falcons.
Not too bad of a run by Jalen Harris. Quite the playmaker. Can make some plays with the ball in his hands. That's why they put him back there. And you just want to get one of those really exciting plays where maybe they'll take it, maybe get it down to the opponent's 10-yard line. But you don't see that quite often. But that could definitely be something that would really uplift this team.
All right, I'll be curious to see if we don't see Brandon Engel at quarterback at some point in this game. But Ryan Depperschmidt is still your quarterback. Has a man in motion to his right-hand side. Hands up, is going to be at the middle. I think that's Eanes. Again, maybe a yard. 2nd and 9.
You know, Dan, Garen, I'm seeing the attitude on the sideline, and they're just confused. They're bewildered. I see frustration. I see shoulders. They're hung down. They just don't know what's going on. Somebody needs to step up and try and motivate them to try and get back in this game.
All right, so 2nd and 9, a little over just under 5 minutes left on the clock, I should say. Ryan Depperschmidt's in the backfield. 2 to his left, 2 to his right. Has again R.J. Eanes in the backfield. Had a man in motion, keeps himself, looks downfield, has a man wide open, Brandon Engel. He's at the 50, 45, 40, 35, 30. They're starting to close in on him at about the 10-yard line. Ridden out of bounds at about the 7-yard line, right across the middle. Ryan Depperschmidt hit him in stride. That's got to be about a 70-yard play.
White lightning.
Well, by gosh, it was a streak right across the field. I can't argue with you on that one, Garen. Big play for the Falcons. Going to put him in business there at the 8-yard line of the Lions, 1st and goal. And they're wasting no time. Ryan Depperschmidt's in the backfield, open backfield, 3 to his right, 2 to his left.
Single coverage on Brandon Engel and Christian Covington out there.
He looks to his left, going to try to keep it himself, and is met by big number 58 again. Who is that monster out there? Pierce Devon, 6'4", 225. I want to say he was going to tackle R.J. Eanes that last time down there. So maybe a 2-yard gain, going to bring up a 2nd and goal from the 6-yard line.
Yeah, he kind of gobbles up the guys he tackles, doesn't he? He looks like he's just devouring them.
Boy, on that pass play, Depperschmidt had all the time in the world. Plenty of time for Brandon to get open. Here's your 2nd and goal. Ryan takes a quick one-step drop and met immediately. Boy, I don't know if the offensive line forgot to line up or what. He got the ball in his hands, and they were on him right away. Big drop, bringing up a 3rd and 12.
You know, you see Coach Young on the side.
All right, looks like we lost Saji there for a second.
Here I am. You see Coach Young on the sideline. He is just screaming at his players. He is just so upset about what's going on right now.
All right, so Ryan, 4 to his right this time, 1 to his left. Let's see if the offensive line can give him any protection at all. It's funny, you know, we just talked about how much time he had for Brandon Engel.
They should hike the ball.
When they get inside, the
Clock's running out. 2 seconds left.
Yeah, looks like Coach Young's going to take a timeout there, Shaji. Good eye on the clock there. So after this timeout, we'll come back. 3 minutes on the clock. 3rd and goal from the 12-yard line. You're listening to the Lake Dallas Quarterback Club broadcast.
Have the big trucks out front when you need them most. First Out Roofing here in the Lake Cities area. Commercial or residential roofing, leak or hail damage repair, contact Nick or Travis at firstoutroofing.com, where they are all in.
Mark Tucker Allstate Insurance would like to remind you of the new law in Denton County of no use of handheld devices. Don't be a distracted driver. Mark Tucker Allstate Insurance for auto, life, and home. Mark Tucker Allstate Insurance on Swisher Road in Hickory Creek.
Dr. V at Corinth Orthodontics would like to wish Coach Young and the Falcons a successful football season. Let's make it a great year and go all in.
Have the big trucks out front when you need them most. First Out Roofing here in the Lake Cities area. Commercial or residential roofing, leak or hail damage repair, contact Nick or Travis at firstoutroofing.com, where they are all in.
All right, so the Falcons with a nice drive here, trying to get some points on the board. 3rd and 12, or 3rd and goal from the 12-yard line, I should say. Ryan Depperschmidt has 4 to his right, 1 to his left. Man in motion is R.J. Eanes going to line up in the backfield with him. Here's a snap, try to give him a little protection. Wow, blind side. Just no one's helping him on an offensive line. Almost going to take him out of field goal position. Tackled by number 19, Jamie Cantu. You talked about him earlier before the game. And the Falcons, after a beautiful pass play, 3 straight downs for a loss.
Yeah, the left tackle, it looks like it's Brandon Machuca, and I believe he's still pretty young. He's a junior, and I know he was on varsity last year, so he should know just a little bit more than some of these other guys out there. But you've really got to protect your quarterback, especially as a tackle. That's your job. But man, you got to really hope they can stop this blitz and this pretty dominant.
So they're going to go for it here, 4th and 20. Ryan Depperschmidt has an open backfield. They've got to get the ball out of his hands. Here comes a blitz. Nowhere to go. Ryan's going to go down to the 30-yard line. They came with the house on that one. The Lions want no business with the Falcons trying to get on the scoreboard.
Yeah, it looks like Coach Young down there has got a ball of fire around his head. Really, really upset with his offensive line. Looks like they just let him through. Kind of stood up, and the whole defensive line just came crashing in on Ryan Depperschmidt.
Yeah, and it's not like it's not off script either. They have been doing that for the last 3 plays, and it looks like they just didn't have an answer for it. So a really unique set here. The Lions start from the 28-yard line, and they're going to do a play action or a pass to his left-hand side, a screen. Falcons did a good job of bottling him up. They had 4 men in a diamond formation to his left-hand side, and it looks like he got about 4 yards out of that. So the Falcons did a good job of trying to keep that play in check.
Yeah, that was a pretty good job by the linebacker, Zach Graham, really pressuring, pushing the, I don't even know if it wouldn't be the pocket, but you'd be pushing that wide receiver block and back and having to make the screen man try to find a hole, and really had a tough time finding it.
Yeah, so on 2nd and 6, false start there by the Lions, going to back them up to a 2nd and 11 at their own 27-yard line. I don't think the Lions are going to hold back here. They're going to try to get more points on the board, and they've got about 147 left to do it with. Wiley's going to open his backfield. He's got 2 to his left, 3 to his right. Here's a snap, looking to his right-hand side. He's going to throw it right away. Has his man trying to get out of bounds there, and does so after about a 6-yard gain. Going to bring up a 3rd and 4 from their 34-yard line.
Yeah, and you got to hope Lake Dallas, their slogan's all in. you got to hope they're going to go all in when they come back from halftime. Hopefully they'll come back looking like a brand new team, really put up points on offense, really try and stop.
So here's a snap. He's in right across the corner. I don't know if they're going to call that a catch or an incomplete. Boy, if that would have been complete in a fumble, he was gone. So trying to catch his man, 36, Solomon Turner. But Falcons break it up. Brings up a 4th and 6.
I feel that was a fumble. He did catch it. He did use 2 feet, and he did turn his hips, which is a football move. So I felt that should have been a fumble.
Well, the angle up here didn't look like much of that. So here's the punt. It's going to go roll down to the 20.
Wow.
Gets a great Lions bounce. Man, this might end up inside the 5-yard line of the Falcons, and it's going to end up on the 5 with about 1:10 left. So the Falcons are going to get another chance of possession here. 2 timeouts left, but we'll have to see what they do when they come back here. So you're listening to, we'll be right back, Lake Dallas Quarterback Club broadcast.
Home ownership is one of the most stressful and important decisions you can make. Craig Pollard with Primary Residential is here to help. Whether purchasing or refinancing, Craig is your guy. Conveniently located in Lake Dallas, PRMI can handle all of your mortgage needs. Call Craig Pollard at 214-935-1385.
All right, so with 1:10 left on the clock, starting from their own 5-yard line after a beautiful 4th down punt from the Lions, Falcons take possession of the ball. Looks like it's going to be R.J. Eanes in the backfield with Depperschmidt. Here's a snap, looks to his left-hand side, has a man open, but can't make the pass. Just no confidence in that throw. It's going to fall incomplete.
One thing I've noticed, Dan, is that the failed red zones, they've been to the red zone 3 or 4 times, I believe, and if they scored on all of them, this would actually be a really close game, but they have just failed to capitalize on those opportunities.
So Ryan Depperschmidt's trying to hit Christian Covington on that last pass. He's going to bring up 2nd and 10. He's in the backfield there with R.J. Eanes. Looks to his left-hand side again, going to the same place, has his man. Makes one man miss, gets tackled by the second for about a 8-yard gain. It's going to bring up a 3rd and 2.
Random thought here, but it's fantasy football nowadays. You wonder if they're ever going to make high school fantasy football or college fantasy football. Kind of a random thought for everybody down there.
When we come back after the break here, once his possession's done, we'll have a
All
chance
right,
to look at some
Garen.
stats.
All right, Garen.
You got to brighten the mood a little bit.
All right. So Kylie Smith and R.J. Eanes in the backfield with Ryan Depperschmidt. 2 to his left, 1 to his right. Here's a snap. Fakes a handoff up the middle. Ryan's going to keep it himself, and is met immediately by an army of white shirts. And I don't think he got the first down there. That's going to bring up a 4th down, and they're going to have to kick this one away with about 20 seconds left on the clock.
Now, I think they're going to go in and they're going to discuss how number 40, Matthew O'Reilly, has really been the shadow of Ryan Depperschmidt. Really done pretty well being on him through the whole game. Depperschmidt's, he's only had 13 rushes for 11 yards compared to last week. If he had 14 rushes for 117 yards. So big difference here between Centennial and Prestonwood. Prestonwood's really watched a lot of film, really showing up tonight.
Yeah, you come out of the confidence of that game after having all those rushing yards and 4 touchdowns on the ground. You come in a game like this, you figure, I can just line up and do it again. And, the numbers are different, and the bodies inside those are a lot different tonight than what they saw last week against Centennial Titans. The Prestonwood Lions just look like a beast again for Division I. You'll be looking for this team to do really well throughout the season.
You can really tell the mood from the Lake Dallas sideline, and even for the players out on the field, their shoulders are slumped over. When they get into halftime, they got to look for those. This is when guys got to step up, those good character guys. You got, Ryan Depperschmidt, who, as a quarterback, you're the main guy that really has to uplift this team, really has to change the pace of the game, and really, keep these guys need to keep their heads up. It's not over. It's 27-0. When you go into halftime, you just got to think of it as being 0-0. Really got to go back out there. You really got to change your whole mindset of the game and come out there with guns blazing.
So Lions take the ball at their own 41 after about a 28-yard punt on Marcial Lafayette. And 14 seconds left on the clock. The Lions do not go into kneel-down formation. They're going to try to make a couple plays here. He's got an open backfield, does Wiley Green. Here's a snap, looks to his right-hand side, has a man wide open, takes it about the 41-yard line. It's at the 30, makes one man miss, gets out of bounds with 7 seconds left at the Falcons' 24-yard line. So the Lions not taking the foot off the gas yet.
No, they're knocking on the door right now, and it looks like they're going to try and get a couple more points before they go into halftime and try to, as you would say last week, put the nails in the coffin.
Yeah, Wiley Green's looking at the sidelines, waiting for the call to come in. At this point, I don't know if he even needs a call from the sidelines. Just take the ball, snap it, and throw it up. They've been having a lot of success. Here's a snap. Looks to his right-hand side. Has a man that's... Ooh! And he came down with that ball. Is he in bounds? They're calling him out of bounds, but what an athletic play there. Who was that? Number 18.
That was Austin
Stogner, the Oklahoma pickup there. Because Austin Stogner, we talked about earlier, was a pickup for Oklahoma. Lined him up on the right-hand side. Tried to get him something for the show book, but was not able to come in with the ball in bounds. Beautiful catch, though. I was going to bring up a 2nd and 10 with 1 second left on the clock from the Falcons' 24-yard line.
6'6", 215 pounds, I believe, is how much he is. And Preston Sudis was out there trying to guard him.
Here's a snap. Wiley looks to his left-hand side. He's going to roll out to his right. Boy, juke number 33 out of his shoes. He's going to throw out of the back of the end zone there for an incomplete pass. But that's going to bring the end to the first half. The Lions 27, your Lake Dallas Falcons 0. Hopefully when we come back, we'll see a little bit of a different angle, a little bit of different life, and maybe some new players out there.
Trying to get an interview. Let me try.
All right, let us know if you can get in there, Shaji.
Coach, obviously the team has been struggling.
Possession here. You've got, looks like Daryl Miner and Kylie Smith in the backfield to return the kick. No, that's going to be number 2, Jalen Harris, who takes the ball, going to the end zone, comes back out. Comes the right-hand side of the field, 10, 15, going to try to get the 20-yard line. Oh, breaks a couple tackles there. Really nice job. Gets it out to about 25-yard line after taking the ball, receiving it, going back in the end zone, and then coming out.
Yeah, that was a great job by him. He really lowered his shoulder, ran through those about 4 arm tackles right there, and ran one guy, just stuck him with his shoulder and got plowed through to the 25, 26-yard line.
So this... again, a big task here for young squad. Ryan Depperschmidt in the backfield. Like to see if there's going to be more of a comeback or more of a learning exercise. Has R.J. Eanes in the backfield with him. 3 to his left. Man in right goes in motion. And already, I mean, after a half we saw, 10 penalties? The first play of the second half is a penalty.
I mean, right now we're waiting to see what this penalty is, but so far Lake Dallas has 3 penalties, 15 yards.
Illegal procedure, I think it's going to be in the offense, back about 5 yards to their 21-yard line, 1st and 15. So
that's going to be 4 penalties for 19 yards for Lake Dallas, 7 penalties for 62 for Prestonwood. So offensive line play is going to be an important thing for this half. So watch out for that.
The Lions were in the backfield every other play. I mean, they were having a field day back there in Depperschmidt. So here's a snap. Ryan looks to his left, has his man open, tries to shake one, and that was a pass to Kylie Smith, maybe 2 yards. It's going to bring up a 2nd and 13. And, you know, another thing to look at from that first half, third downs. Third down conversions, 0 for 6 for the Falcons, 4 for 7 for the Lions. So it's not that they weren't driving the ball, it's just they weren't able to maintain those drives.
Yeah, right now, Prestonwood has a cover 4 defense out there, so they're kind of giving their guys a little bit of a rest and not putting so much on their cornerbacks and safeties on sticking with those wide receivers man-to-man, really trusting their defense in the zone. So Ryan Depperschmidt just needs to take advantage of that.
Well, he just took that snap there at 2nd and 13, got 3 yards to make a 3rd and 10 for the Falcons on their own 26, going from our left to right. And he's going to open up the backfield, has 4 to his left, 1 to his right. Likes to single up Brandon there on the right-hand side. Let's see if he goes back to him. Man in motion there, coming to the right-hand side. R.J. Eanes lines up in the backfield with Ryan. Ryan takes about a 3-step drop, looks to his left side, throws the ball up in the air for grabs. Has Christian Covington. Did he stay in bounce there? No,
he dropped the ball
out of bounds.
Man, it looks like Christian Covington tried to alligator arm it, and whenever you try to do that as a wide receiver, it's more than likely going to be a drop. So just next time he's got to stick out his hands, really get some strong, tough hands. And
well, it would have been a heck of a reception. I mean,
it really would.
Ryan Depperschmidt put it where only he could catch it. and he just seemed like maybe a step behind. Got 2 hands on the ball, though. You got to come down with those.
Yeah,
so,
really good ball placement.
Brings up the
Ryan.
4th and 10. Here's going to be your punt. It's going to be a decent punt. It goes out to about the Lions 45. It's a nice Falcons hop. Back them up to about their 36-yard line where they'll down the ball. So when we come back here, the Lions will take possession from their 36-yard line, 1st and 10. You're listening to Lake Dallas Quarterback Club broadcast.
Well, St. Nick Frederickson here, First Out Roofing, your local hometown roofer. If your house is made of stick, stones, and brick, Nick will get it fixed. Your local insurance specialist, whether it's hail or wind, give me a call. I will navigate the insurance process for and with you and make it easy peasy for you. Just give me a call. Look me up at www.
All right, so we're going to cut all that back. The Lions are already in the backfield. Puts it up in the air, and the first play of the day is going to be way long. He's trying to get there to... Can't make it out from here. I want to say number 3, Ricky Baker again. Trying to get him involved in the game, and falls incomplete. So Lions go up top first play.
Yeah, he saw Preston Sudis looking back into the quarterback's eyes, and just like I said at last half, whenever you look back, when you ever look back into the backfield, you got to watch out because most of the time you're going to get burnt.
Yeah, so Wiley Green taking his time, lined him up, and then looks to the sideline for another call here. Has number, set again in the background. Fakes hand up the middle, has a man open, but in and out of his hands. Really nice coverage here by the Falcons. Looked like that was number 2, Jalen Harris.
Yeah, he's consistent. He's kind of all over the place. He's really you don't really see much get by Jalen.
So 2 missed passes here. Brings up 3rd and 10 for the Lions. Very unlike the first half, and hopefully that's a sign of things to come. Wiley Green's in the back again. He's going to take a 2-step drop. Looks to the right hand side. Oh, he fumbled. No, he got rid of the ball. Wow. Ooh. And got walloped. Somehow he got the ball there to Timothy Taylor. I almost thought it was a fumble. Timothy grabs the ball, turns around, and gets smacked in the face.
You know, hopefully looking after that tackle, hopefully the Falcons can get the energy from that and get back into this game.
My jaw is kind of dropped.
Did you see who made that tackle there, Garen?
He lowered the boom on number 33, Timothy Taylor.
Was that Zaylen Long there in the side?
No, that was Zach Graham. Wow.
So a nice hit brings up 4th and 11 for the Lions. Here's the punt. And again, the punter a little bit better this time around. This is going to be fielded about the 28-yard line. It's going to be Jalen Harris going up the left-hand side of the field. Gets about 12, 15 yards. Getting out of bounds at about the 42-yard line. Flags everywhere. A little bit of a tussle there on the outside of the field with number 32, Zach Graham, and the man that he was blocking.
Dan, I saw that they were going at it, and they were on the floor tackling each other. It looked like frustration, you know, but the Falcons really need to get their head in the game and try and focus.
You're really seeing the defensive line coming off the field, real confident in their play, and as they should be, they should continue to keep this up, but a pretty good different look to this Falcons team coming into the second half. They're playing like it's 0-0. They're showing it, really trying to set the tone right here and set the tone for the offense.
So after a 15-yard return from Jalen Harris, they're going to get backed up there on a flag. The Falcons are going to have a 1st and 10 here once they figure out where they're going to mark it down. Marching back. Boy, they're still walking back there. Looks like about the 19-yard line where the Falcons are going to take possession of the ball and bring back out the offense. And if they hadn't started with that legal procedure, maybe we would have had a better result first time around. So the Falcons are going to get back out there. Ryan Depperschmidt, see what he can do with the ball. 1st and 10 Falcons. Ryan's going to open the backfield again. He's got 4 to his right, 1 to the left. The offensive line gives him time here. Maybe he can make something happen. Looks to his right immediately. He's got a play action screen going there to number 3, Brandon Engel. Gets maybe 3 yards, 2 or 3 yards, but wrapped up nicely by the Lions. Going to bring up 2nd and 8.
Now, I really want the coaching staff and Ryan Depperschmidt to really kind of stretch the field right here. Put some pressure on the Prestonwood defense. They've since the big play by Engel, they haven't gotten pressured much. Just stretch the field a little bit. Throw it deep. Take a chance.
So R.J. Eames in the backfield with Ryan Depperschmidt, man in motion from left to right. He's going to pitch over there. It's going to be a double reverse. Oh, double reverse and a play after pass. The pass is wide open. Kylie Smith grabs it at the 38-yard line. 30, 20. He's got one man to beat. He's going to be tackling about the 7-yard line. So a double reverse, wide receiver pass. Big play to open the second half. Falcons are in business at the Lions. Looks like the 9-yard line.
Yeah, Brandon Engel, backup quarterback to Ryan Depperschmidt. beautiful. I believe that was about a 65-yard pass from Brandon Ingle to Kylie Smith.
And Kylie Smith in acres of space. Just a missed assignment. The double reverse worked wonderfully. Ryan Depperschmidt lines him up quickly. R.J. Eanes right up the middle. No, he keeps it himself. Spun off a tackler, maybe got 2 or 3 yards. So the Falcons in business. Looks like, again, another 1st and goal. Let's see if they can get some points off this one here.
Some tricks up their sleeves still, Dan. It looks like instead of using, in last game, you saw him use Charles Williams. Why not put the backup quarterback in there? Let him get a couple passes. So, great play by them.
All right, Ryan Depperschmidt had 4 to his left, 1 to the right. R.J. Eanes lines up in the backfield with him. Ryan looks to his left-hand side, has a man. Oh, they didn't call pass interference on that? I mean, he wasn't looking at him at all. Had the man, gets leveled across the middle. No play on the ball, but no flag, Garen.
I don't agree with that call at all. He knocked him off his feet before the ball was even thrown.
Yeah, and the fans are letting the refs have it there. It really looked like a missed call. I don't know if he ought to make contact within 5 yards, but he wasn't making even a play on the ball.
No,
it was almost a defenseless receiver for Pete's sakes, the way he leveled him.
That was clear pass interference. I saw that from here. That was just ridiculous.
3rd and 6 for the Falcons. Let's see if Ryan can do something with the offense here. Fake pitch to the right side. He rolls out to his right, has a man open in the backfield, intercepted in the end zone. He's going to try to run it out. Finally goes down wisely and had a man in the backfield, but just couldn't find him, Garen. So turnover on the interception. The Lions are going to take over.
Dan, the main story tonight is how the Falcons just have been not able to complete in the red zone. That's their 5th trip to the red zone. They still have not been able to get any points whatsoever.
The red zone has not been their friend all night tonight. So a good-looking drive. Again, Garen, on another big play. There are 2 big plays tonight. Both 65-yard pass plays, but both come up empty on the points again, and it's still 27-0.
Yeah, I really liked the formation that the Lake Dallas offense had right there. They had Brandon Ingle at tight end, had him run in the corner. I would have thrown it to him personally, especially he's getting real hot, especially it's 3rd quarter. He's your best wide receiver. And he confused the defense a little bit. It looks like the safety was a little bit behind, but Ryan Depperschmidt didn't quite see him in.
Uh-oh.
We got Zaylen.
Yeah, we got a man down here.
Yeah, we got Zaylen Long.
And he's not looking good at all here. So when we come back, we're going to try to find out what's going on. Shad, you see if you can get our man on the street there and give us some business. When we come back, we'll find out what's happening. This is Lake Dallas Quarterback Club broadcast.
So what was that play? A run play?
It was a run play.
Become your home. And since there's no place like it, it deserves protection just as special. A local Allstate agent can help you customize an Allstate house and home insurance policy and point out lots of ways to save. Like if you have a newer roof, it could help lower your rate.
Contact. FabSol is here to talk to you about Corinth Orthodontics. Dr. V and his great staff take care of my 3 kids and all their orthodontic needs. Dr. V and his patient-friendly staff also provide Damon Clear braces, Invisalign, adult braces, teen orthodontics, and 3D Smile technology. His office is conveniently located at 3901 Swisher Road. Visit them at www.corinthorthodontics.com for your complimentary consultation, or for information, email them at info@drvortho.com.
So if you're watching the game live, not a scene you want to see. Zaylen Long being helped off by the staff there and looks in serious pain there, favoring his right knee, Garen.
Yeah, it looks like he got rolled up there when he made that tackle on. I believe that was Timothy Taylor that he made that tackle, but it looks like one of his legs got rolled up on. Looks like his ankle really got twisted in that pile right there.
So a new test for the Falcons. The Lions have it 1st and 10 at their own 37-yard line. Let's see how they line up here in the defense now. Yeah, again, it's going to be Wiley Green in the backfield. 1 with him, 2 to his left, 1 to his right. Quick 3-step drop. It's going to look, has plenty of time, rolls out to his right-hand side, finally throws the ball away and has a man at the 50-yard line. Boy, he just had forever to set up. Again, that goes to Cunningham for about a nice 15, 16-yard gain for the Lions. They're going to take over 1st and 10 inside Falcon territory.
Yeah, but I know it's a huge loss to Zaylen Long going out there, but the reserve defensive tackle, David Blair, I really liked the quick twitch that he provided on his pass rush move.
Well, I don't know if that's going to make any difference, or maybe it was this quick twitch that caused that penalty, but they're backing this ball back up. Maybe a holding there on the Lions. Still trying to figure out the call, but they're backing them up 10 yards, so it's going to bring up 1st and 20. So a break for the Falcons there in the second half, and 7:27 on the clock, third quarter. Still plenty of time. All right, so the Lions are lining up here. Cunningham in the backfield with him. 3 to his left, 1 to his right. Wiley Green looks, takes a snap. Quick 3-step drop, looks to his right-hand side again. Looks like going to be a coverage stack as the Falcons man up and bring him down for a big 6 or 7 yard loss. Going to bring up a 2nd and long there, Garen.
Yeah, I think both defensive end and defensive tackle D.L. Robertson and Delano Evans are going to get credited for that sack. But good relentless pass rush by those two guys. Some guys will just give up after they can't get by their man, but sometimes coverage sacks, you can take what you can get.
A 7-yard sack brings up 2nd and 27. They're going to try to run it up the middle, have a little bit of space, but is met relatively quickly there in the backfield. Picks up maybe 3 yards, so brings up about a 3rd and 24. Yeah, with Zaylen Long leaving the game there, you want to think that that's where they're going to key is on the defensive line. And right out the gate, the defensive line shows up really strong for the Falcons on a sack, and then a quick stop here.
Hey, Shaji, could you change your microphone to 5.1?
All right, so on 3rd and 24, Wiley Green's opening up his backfield. 3 to his right, 2 to the left. Quick pass screen to the left-hand side. The flag's down on the field. The receiver's got plenty of room, though. He's at the 50, 40, 35. Finally caught from behind, tackled at the 30-yard line. You think this one might be coming back here. So let's see what the referees call.
Yeah.
A huge pass play. And they're calling face mask on the offense. So a personal foul on the offense on that play. It's going to make it a 3rd and impossible, or almost impossible. And it wipes out a huge Lions play there.
I liked the coverage by Nick Cagnetto. Even though it wasn't his guy, as soon as that pass was thrown, he turned around and bursted towards the ball, and he chased the guy down when he looked like he was going to be gone, even though there was a flag on the play. Encouraging sign by Cagnetto.
Yeah, so that penalty wiping up a Wiley Green to Luke Savage, the sophomore out of Preston Lions. Looked like it was going to be about a 45-yard reception and brought all the way back to the Lions' 11-yard line, where it's going to be 3rd and, it says 24. It sure looks a lot longer than 24. I'm going to call it 3rd and 39. So Wiley Green on a 3rd and 39 takes a snap, looks to his right-hand side. He's going to throw a ball. No, he comes out of the backfield there. Past the line of scrimmage. Let's see if they call that a penalty. Get the ball spotted up in the air. False, incomplete. Boy, you must have done it right at the line of scrimmage. So 4th and 39. I haven't seen one of those in a while. And the Falcons are going to get the ball back with plenty of time, get some offensive momentum, and maybe get some points on the board here, Garen.
Yeah, you got to hope you have another drive like they did on that last one. We saw the coaches show that they did have some tricks up their sleeve. Clearly, they have more, as we've seen in previous games. So it's going to be, I think it's going to be a fun one to watch. I know it's 27-0, but this game's not over.
The Falcons have to sustain a drive here. They are now 0 for 8 on 3rd down conversions. Here's the punt for the Lions. It's going to cross the 50-yard line, take a nice Lions bounce. Might end up at about the Falcons' 41-yard line where they're down it. So when we come back, the Falcons will have a 1st and 10 at their 41-yard line. You're listening to Lake Dallas Quarterback Club.
Go ahead, Shaji. Go
ahead,
Shaji.
I wanted to say about number 75, I think he is out for the game. He is limping really hard. He's been really emotional. His team is trying to support him, and it looks like he is out for the game.
We can see him walking under his own power down there, Shaji, and talking to his teammates. He certainly does have his helmet off, and I think I'd also be surprised if we saw him back in the game here.
He took his shoe off, and he is wearing some kind of bandage with an ice pack on it, but he was recently crying on the bench, so I think that means he's out for the game.
Hopefully he wasn't crying too hard there. But so plenty of time here with the Falcons taking over their 41-yard line, 1st and 10. Ryan Depperschmidt opens up the backfield. He's got 3 to his left, looks to his left, screen pass there to Kylie Smith, who cannot make the reception. Again, dangerous. Could have been a back pass, but rolls out of bounds, incomplete.
Yeah, he overthrew Kylie Smith just a little too much. You got to keep in mind, Kylie's only 5'8" compared to Brandon Ingle. He's 6'1", so that difference in size could be a factor.
So Ryan Depperschmidt gets back under, not under center, but in a shotgun formation, 3 to the left, 2 to the right. See if they can make something on this play. Here's a snap. He's getting some decent blocking pass to the left-hand side. Almost intercepted, but then received. So the ball gets tipped. Number 21, Zach Sasser, pulls it down, runs out of bounds for about a 5-yard gain, brings up a third and 5, 3rd and 6.
Yeah, not too shabby of a snag right there. That was pretty good.
Ryan Depperschmidt got a little lucky there, threw it right into the hands of one of the Lion defenders, but he could not hold on to it. So Zach Sasser with a nice 4-yard gain, 3rd and 6. The Falcons desperately need some points here and need to get a 3rd down conversion. They are 0-9 for the day. Here's a 3rd and 6. Man in motion to the left. Ryan Depperschmidt takes a handoff right up the middle and is going nowhere. It's going to get tackled by about, looks like maybe 72 Lions pile up on him. It just seems like those white jerseys are everywhere. And again, another 3rd down, not converted, brings up 4th and 7.
I just don't understand why they aren't taking. I understand Ryan Depperschmidt's thrown a pick, but when you're down 27-0, you really don't have too much to lose. Stretch the field a little bit. You know, it's 3rd down. It's 3rd down and 5. You know you got single coverage on the outside.
Now keep an eye on this here. You've got Brandon Engel and R.J. Eanes back there with the kicker. Is this a direct snap opportunity? No, it's not. They go right to Marshall Apayez, who punts it away. And there's a man back there to receive. It's going to take a nice Falcons bounce down. Oh, they're going to have to stop it there about the 23-yard line where the Lions will take possession. So when we come back, we'll see if the Falcons can man up here on defense and get the ball back. You're listening to Lake Dallas Quarterback Club broadcast.
Great things begin with the perfect partnership. Whether you're looking for a new career or seeking the best talent for your job opening, the team at Cornerstone Staffing can help you get the ball across the line. Committed to supporting the DFW community through compassion, integrity, self-discipline, and faith, Cornerstone Staffing will help you find the perfect match, guaranteed. Cornerstone Staffing, helping build a better workforce.
All right, so first play here for the Lions. They're going to hand it off right up the middle there to Cunningham. It's going to get about 5 or 6 yards, bring up 2nd down. So where's the Falcons mentality at right now, Garen? Again, you've been in games like this. You're down 27-zip. You can't find a 1st down conversion.
This is when you really gotta learn what your team is made of. You know, if your team just if you're one of those guys that just goes with the whole team, just kind of lets your head hang down low, you can't do that. You all those guys, you got to find those leaders out there. Sometimes the leaders aren't always the captains of the team.
Right. So 3rd and 1 there for the Lions, and it looks like Cunningham's going to pick up the 1st down and finally gets met after about a 5-yard gain. Didn't mean to cut you off there, Garen, but had a chance to stop there, and we're not able to. The tackle before that, it was a big hit by Daryl Miner. Just stood the man up there and was trying to listen to what you were preaching there, keeping your head in the game.
Yeah.
Here's a pass there by Wiley to the left-hand side of the field. Has his man. Going to be tackled after about a 9-yard gain. Could be close to a 1st down. Looks like going to be about a yard short to the Lions' 46-yard line, heading from our right to left.
You know, one thing I want to say before we get to the next play, I just want to say number 33 on the Lions, he is not the biggest guy. He is, in fact, really short. But, man, does this man have heart. He runs to the hole as hard as he can.
Yeah, and that's Timothy Taylor, the sophomore there, Shachi. So starting to pick on the right-hand side of the field. Another completion. They're going back after Nick Tagnetto. So that's going to give a 1st down to the Lions in Falcon territory.
You know, I think if this game continues to go this way, I think you're going to see them kind of experiment with some different corners out there. And, you know, Nick Cagnetto's not doing too bad. I know he's getting picked on a lot, and, you know, after you're getting targeted that many times, I'll let you go ahead as there's a big play
Wiley
happening.
Green, another big pass play. The wide receiver broke about 3 tackles on that one, just stiff-arming people out of the way. That was Ricky Baker, one of their top players so far this season, and getting more yards. So the Lions finally get their offense going here in the second half and look to be threatening to put more points on the board in business at the Falcons 20. Here's Wiley with the snap. Handoff right up the middle of Cunningham. Cunningham's going to make 2 miss. Go right up the middle, left-hand side of the line for about another 7 yards. Bring up a 2nd and 3.
I believe that was Timothy Taylor again. I think Cunningham's out at.
Oh, you're right. That's 22. 22 and 33 have been exchanging quite a bit. Their numbers look a little too much alike for me.
Yeah.
So those glasses, that prescription that they were talking to me about, I better look into that now. All right, so 2:25 left in the 3rd quarter, 2nd and 4. Wiley takes a snap again, handoff right up the middle of Timothy Taylor. Is going to be really close to a 1st down, gets tackled almost right at the 10-yard line. And if that's the case, that's going to be 1st and goal from the 10.
I don't want to be Captain Obvious, but The defensive line's got to step up. There's got to be some plays made behind the line of scrimmage.
So again, right up the middle, Cunningham untouched, right-hand side, the hole about as wide as the Grand Canyon. Touchdown, Lions, and that was Joshua Cunningham.
You know, right now in the second half, I'm just in that series, you just saw the defense showing really no effort to wrap up and tackle. It was almost like they weren't showing any effort in trying to tackle. They really need to try and get their morale up.
Well, Shaji, you know, I had a chance to talk to Dandy Dan about the last year's game, and he told me it was about this point of the game where the Lions really made their presence felt. They have a lot of athleticism across the board. They're able to recruit a lot of their athletes outside of their district and pull in some players that just will wear you down after time. So 33-0, line up for the extra point. Here's the kick. Looks like it's going to be through. I thought that one missed and that one's through. So
it is good. It is good, Dan. You're getting it. You're getting it.
There we go. 34-0, the Prestonwood Lions emphatically over the Lake Dallas Falcons. We'll be right back with this Lake Dallas Quarterback Club broadcast.
I don't always watch high school football under the Friday night lights, but when I do, it's with Maston Air, watching the Lake Dallas Falcons crushing it. Stay cool, my friends.
Hey, Falcon fans, be sure to join Mark Tucker, your local Allstate agent, for 3 pregame tailgate parties. Mark will have a smoker at the parking lot 2 hours before the game on September 15th, September 29th, and November 3rd. All donations will benefit the Lake Dallas Quarterback Club. Bring your appetite and go Falcons!
Bone Daddy's House of Smoke is your place to go for delicious barbecue. New family-friendly vibes and an outstanding menu. Bone Daddy's a proud supporter of Lake Dallas football.
All right, so with 1:59 left in the third quarter, the Falcons down 34-zip to the visiting Prestonwood Lions. And is it time to start seeing some substitutes get some playing time and see what they have here?
I think it is. I think these reserve guys are really itching to get in. I know at this point, most people, unless it'll take a miracle in order to come back, and we know this team has no shortage of miracles. But I think it's time to see some of those backups get in there and get some reps.
So a short kick, fair catch called by Zach Sasser, who takes possession at the Falcons. Looks like about their 29-yard lines where the Falcons will start possession of this series. Heading from our left to right towards the south end zone here. So lots of time. Looks like Depperschmidt's still coming into the backfield. They're still keeping their starters in there.
Now, something kind of, it's a little bit different because you've seen him as his go-to guy. As Charles Williams has been held without a reception in tonight's game.
Here's a handoff right up the middle. Looks like that's R.J. Eanes. Shake and bake a little bit. Found a nice 8-yard gain. His nicest run of the evening so far. Down to the 37-yard line for the Falcons. Going to bring up a 2nd and 3.
Now, I know as bad as it looks out here and as bad as it sounds for those listening, there are some high points. You got Kylie Smith. He can run the ball. He can catch the ball. So far tonight, he's made more damage catching at the running. He has 5 catches. He has 5 catches for 75 yards and as long as the 65. So that's a positive for the Falcons.
Right. So on that 2nd and short, Ryan Depperschmidt finally getting something going for himself tonight. Gets about a 12-yard gain. Going to be a first down at the Falcon 48-yard line, rolling out to his right-hand side after a fake pitch up the middle. That's his first positive yards on the ground tonight. Well, some of his first anyways. It showed him having 16 rushes, but a lot of those have ended up being sacks and tackles for loss.
Looks like they're going to try to get the ball into Charles Williams' hands.
Eanes and Kylie Smith in the backfield. Fakes a pitch. No, that wasn't Eanes. That was somebody else. But he has a reception there to Brandon Kane. Makes one man miss. It's going to be for about 6 or 7 yards. Sorry about that. He was trying to get to Charles Williams on the fake pitch, but then ended up passing to Brandon Engel for a nice 7-yard gain.
Yeah, that wasn't too bad of a fake. I mean, I wish we would have saw more of this to kind of fool the Prestonwood defense a little bit more, but this is the time where you kind of experiment with those play calls that you're not too sure about using in the future. So I like what the coaching staff is thinking right now.
All right, so R.J. Eanes in the backfield, Depperschmidt. There goes Williams again, motion to the left-hand side. Ryan's got some time this time. Now he's under pressure. Tries to shake 1, shake 2. Ends up getting sacked for about that's about a 10-yard loss. I just saw where the line of scrimmage was. Going to bring up a 3rd and Boy, probably a 3rd and 13. Tried to make something happen and ran out of time.
Yeah, it looks like they had their quarterback spy right there, number 44. He saw a hole, and usually if you know you got that burst and you have that closing speed, you usually can get the quarterback right there, and he took advantage of it.
Zach Sasser checks into the game, lined up with Covington and Williams on the left-hand side. On your right is going to have Brandon Engel. Depperschmidt trying to make anything happen here. R.J. Eanes is up on the left-hand side also. He's taking his time, going to clock run out. That's going to be the end of the third quarter there, with the Falcons down 34-0 to the Prestonwood Lions. When we come back, we'll see if they can get their first third down conversion of the evening. You're listening to Lake Dallas Quarterback Club broadcast.
Mark Tucker, your local Allstate agent, has been a proud sponsor of your Lake Dallas Falcons football before there was a Lake Dallas Falcons football team. Mark was a sponsor before there were automobiles, before there was even a Mark Tucker. Ha! Impossible, you say? Not if you know Mark Tucker. Your rate's too high? Your company raising your rates every time you turn left? Give Mark a try. Mention Lake Dallas while getting a quote, and for every quote, $5 will go to the Lake Dallas Quarterback Club. $5, $5, ka-ching! Mark Tucker, your local Allstate agent.
Hey everyone, if you're in the mood for breakfast, lunch, or a chicken dinner, visit Chick-fil-A, located on Kensington Square and Swisher Road in Corinth. Where serving you is always our pleasure. Go Falcons!
All right, so here we are, fourth quarter.
Hello.
Falcons football at their 46-yard line, now heading from our right to left towards the north end zone. Again, 0 for 10 for third down conversions tonight. This would be nice to see one of them. Ryan Depperschmidt's in the backfield, 2 to his left, 2 to his right. Takes a nice 3-step drop, looks to his left, runs out of time, trying to scramble away, and gets tackled for another loss. We were just talking about this earlier. He has maybe, I can't remember how many, like 16 for 20 rushes and 1.2 yards per rush. So,
wow.
Brings down a 4th and 13.
This just comes down to offensive line play. They're really not giving him much time back there. They're really just kind of stepping back, and it looks like they're just kind of standing up and not being aggressive with their hands.
So let's see if they punt it away here. Here's the 4th down play. He is going to punt it away, and that's Ryan Depperschmidt. Really nice punt, actually. Hits about the 13-yard line, but it's going to bounce into the end zone for a touchback. So, real quick punt. Ryan Depperschmidt, helmet down, coming to the sidelines. Almost looks like he's limping. I don't know if that's his ego that's bruised or his shin.
He is
Here in a rough night for the Falcons.
Yeah, it's a really rough night. And, when you see Ryan Depperschmidt limping around, and I think he really did hurt his leg or something, but you got to pull him. You got to take him out of the game, put in your reserve quarterback. I know your backup quarterback is Brandon Engel. Maybe give him a couple reps, but you don't want him to get hurt either because he's also your number 1 wide receiver. So maybe they got another quarterback on the roster that they're willing to use.
Yeah, and I'm going to see if they're going to start playing some of their backups here for the Lions. But it looks like they've got Wiley Green back there in the center again. He's going to go to a step drop, throws it long, has a man, catches the ball at about the 45-yard line, tackled there after a nice reception. I want to say probably close to 30 yards. Down to the Lions' 47-yard line. They'll be 1st and 10.
Simple seam route ran by Joshua Cunningham, just right down the middle, and it looks like Jared Finley he didn't catch it fast enough.
So they want some stats. They're keeping the momentum going here. That was another rush by Joshua Cunningham up the middle for about another 6 or 7 yards. The Lions don't show any intent on letting up on the throttle here.
No, not at all. They really want to get these points. They really want to get their ranking up in Texas high school. So,
a quick pass to the left-hand side there by Wiley is going to be another 1st down for the Lions in Falcons territory here at about their 39-yard line. Didn't mean to cut you off there, but
problem.
Yeah, are the points part of the rankings?
Yeah, just the amount of yards that you get per game and how many points you score against a pretty good team, because the Falcons, they really improved their rankings, especially since last week, and Prestonwood's really making their statement on the Falcons right now, and their statement towards Texas high school football.
So again, he tried to go to Austin Stoger again, the Oklahoma recruit, and right through his hands. So Austin having a rough night, certainly not helping out his Max Preps video for that recruiting base in Oklahoma. I think he's ready to be a Sooner and not ready to be ready to finish being a Prestonwood Lion here.
That was harsh, Dan.
Hey, it doesn't have to be harsh if you catch the ball. So another player in a second down. Next 5-yard reception by Wiley to the left-hand side of the field, and immediately tackled there by, looked like number 2, Jalen Harris, cleaning up the mess there.
You know, I feel at this point, Dan, that the Lions are just trying to get the score up to prove a statement to the Falcons. It's one thing to beat someone at home, but to shut them down and the entire game is just another thing.
Shachi, I love your obvious play of the day. You have to have one for every game, and we appreciate up here at the booth on a 3rd down and 7. It looks like it's going to fall, maybe incomplete. And that'll bring up a 4th down. So, yeah, Shaji, you missed it. We just talked about that. And it has been, kind of what I was trying to find out from Garen up here is the theme is, how much does, I guess a margin of victory mean?
Quit throwing up your
football?
hands. Yeah, it's a tough one, and especially when you shut out the opposing team.
Wow, repeating the same thing I said. How original.
When you shut someone out up at their home field.
So on fourth down, here comes a late call. So remarkably, the Lions on 4th and 7 decide to go for it. You had Wiley Green rolling out to his right-hand side, had pressure. Looks like number 15 was trying to catch up with him, D.L. Roberts. A flag comes in late. You want to think maybe a holding there. It falls incomplete, so if it is holding, I would think that they would decline it and the Falcons would take over possession. Let's see what the referees do here. Well, I think they look as confused as we do. So they're calling a chop block incomplete. The Falcons will take over possession at their own 36-yard line. 9:51 left in the 4th quarter. All right, Garen, we've been talking about it. Are we seeing subs yet? I see Ryan Depperschmidt there.
Yeah, it looks like he's going back out there, so hopefully they just keep him better protected. And I mean, you got to hope that we're not going to get shut out this game. And yeah, I sound obvious, everybody, but you really want to hope that they aren't going to get shut out. You really want to see Ryan Depperschmidt excel out there and really show his leadership and prove that he's got something against one of these top high school teams.
So Young sends out a stars for a little character building. He pitched to the right hand or left hand side. He's got a man who's going to get up at the field. Looks like that was number 19, C.J. Broadway. Nice gainer after looking like it was going to be a loss. Pick up a 1st down going out to the 49-yard line of the Falcons, 1st and 10.
Yeah, he kind of showed some wheels right there. Looked like a busted play from the get-go. The running back ran into Ryan Depperschmidt, but C.J. Broadway continued with the play, and Ryan Depperschmidt was able to finish it off.
And here's a snap going to go right up the middle. Tried to shake out of that. Going to get a real short game there. Number 43, Zach Sanders. So we are starting to see some new names here in the backfield. Get some new people the ball, and a few yards there. Again, that puts the ball into Lions territory. 2nd and 9.
Yeah, they got Brandon Ingle out on the sideline. They have freshman Darius Goodlow out wide. C.J. Broadway in the slot on the right. Slot on the left, you got Zach Sasser, number 21, and on the far left you have, I believe...
And that is Brandon Engel taking the snap. Am I wrong? I can't tell. No, it's not. I'm sorry. Ryan Depperschmidt's still with the ball. He's going to roll to his right-hand side. He's under pressure now. Has to get rid of it. Throws it up for grabs.
That's wow. Oh, my God.
In and out of the hands of number 23, Verdell Edwards, and falls incomplete eventually. Almost picked up there by C.J. Broadway again.
I think we were looking at two different things. I saw what should have been a for sure flag of roughing the passer way after Ryan Depperschmidt.
Oh, he got hit after that.
Yeah,
throw.
He made himself defenseless, and number 58 just smashed him into the ground.
Wow. Yeah, he had plenty of room. I didn't even look for that because there was nobody around him. But that brings up a 3rd and 9 for the Falcons. Trying to do something, again, 0 for 11 on 3rd down conversions. Let's see if they can get one on the board. Here's a snap to Ryan. He's going to take a 5-step drop, looks downfield. Going long, no one there.
And Dan, Ryan Depperschmidt is down. He is hurt.
Wow, he got popped there by the Lions.
He probably just lost his breath.
You got to take Ryan Depperschmidt out of the game. It's 34-0. There's 8 minutes, 51 seconds left. Just put in your reserve quarterback, and it looks like Depperschmidt's going out, and Marcial Apayez is heading out there to punt.
Brandon Engel had a word for Ryan Depperschmidt to keep his head in the game, trying to get a little morale built for the young man. Real big hit there by the Lions, number 19, Jamie Cantu, to wrap up that possession. So, wow. 0 for 11 on 3rd down conversions. Here's a snap, the punt by Marcel Apayez. Good-looking punt. It's going to bounce at the 28-yard line, roll down inside looks like inside 20 to the 12-yard line where the Lions take possession. We'll take a quick break and be right back here with the Lake Dallas Broadcast Club
come on. You were doing so good.
I know it's late.
Do you want a better-looking smile? Dr. Christina Mackey of Loretto Family Dentistry can handle all of your family dental needs. Located on Corinth Parkway, you will love our warm and inviting atmosphere with ceiling-mounted flat-screen TVs. Find us on the web, LorettoFamilyDentistry.com, and contact us for information regarding free, pre-filled disposable whitening trays. Loretto Family Dentistry.
All right, and staying with the theme that nobody's perfect, we are back here with 8-something left in the fourth quarter. Immediately, Lions take possession. A quick pass out to the right-hand side of the field. It's going to be close to a first down. Oh, I'm sorry. Probably about a 5-yard gain there for a 2nd and 5. So lots of time, and I think the Lions are going to try to, again, pad their stats. I'm trying to see if they got some new players out there on the wide receivers or in the backfield. I still see Joshua Cunningham in the backfield.
They have their starting receiver corps and all their starters are out on the field still.
I haven't had a chance to take a look at the defense side. Quick pass to the left-hand side, has a man. Tries to make the first person miss, but does a great job of the open field tackle. Holding his tackle there is that's number 2 again?
No, that's number 23, Tyler Duffy.
Well, that was Jalen Harris on the tackle, number 2. Did a good job of the open field tackle, bringing up a 3rd and 6 for no gain. So I'm trying to see out there, are there new players on the defensive side of the ball? Obviously with Jalen Harris, I would say no, but I haven't had a chance to scan the field.
It looks like it's still the starters. It looks like the only change is they took Jacob Machuca out of the game and have D.L. Robertson out at defensive end.
All right, so try to wide receiver screen there. They're going to met immediately in the backfield, so the Falcons defense alive and well on that possession. Dropping for about a 2-yard loss, going to bring up a 4th and 8 for the Lions. So bang, bang, bang. The Falcons defense do what they've done very seldomly all night, and real quick, 3 losses in 4th and 8 for the Lions.
You gotta hope you're hoping for an. I know I said this while we were off on commercial break, but we all saw that A&M and UCLA game when Josh Rosen came back and tossed 4 touchdowns to come back and defeat Texas A&M when they were blowing them out. So
okay, so
you hope
bobbled
that
the
happens.
snap, but ends up getting the kickoff to Jalen Harris, who takes it at the Lion 47. Oh, big block there, sent somebody down. That was Nick Cagnetto with a little bit of a lick there to open up a block. Picked up another 4 or 5 yards. It's going to be 1st and 10 Falcons inside Lions territory. So, all right, where are we at this point, Garen? What's Coach telling the players? You know, what are we looking for in the last 7 minutes of this game?
Right now, Coach is probably just down there telling the players, just go out there, play your hardest, but keep your quarterback safe.
And here we go. Who's the quarterback?
You got Brandon Ingle out there at quarterback.
So this will be our first chance to see Brandon Ingle. We saw him a little bit at the scrimmage against the Ennis Lions, and he looked really good when he was in the backfield. This will be our first chance to see him. So he lines up, 2 to his left, 2 to his right, man in motion to the left. Brandon takes a snap. He bobbles a snap.
Oh, no.
It bounces. He finally gets the ball. He's being chased down by a bunch of white shirts. A huge, I'm going to call it a 21-yard loss for Brandon Ingle's first snap as a varsity player.
Dan, quickly to interrupt you, there is an injury on the field for one of the Lions.
That's I believe that is number 40, Matthew O'Reilly. It is not. It is number 10. And we don't
Ryan
have
Jackson.
We do have his name. Ryan Jackson down on the field.
So we'll take a short break real quick while they figure out this injury, and you're listening to Lake Dallas Quarterback Club broadcast.
I don't always watch high school football under the Friday night lights, but when I do, it's with Maston Air, watching the Lake Dallas Falcons crushing it. Stay cool, my friends.
All right, so Brandon Ingle's first snap as a varsity quarterback is a loss of 19 yards. 2nd and 29 from their own 40. Brandon Ingle still in the game here. Lines up a little bit differently. Maybe the center's not used to somebody being that close. Here's a snap, looks to his left-hand side, his second play is an interception to the Lions. They're going to return it down to the Falcons' 23-yard line. So, man, when you want to start out your Falcon career, I can't imagine a worse way to start it out with his first 2 plays.
Well, the good thing is he's an outstanding wide receiver number 1 for the Falcons. But it looks like quarterback-wise, he's a little rusty. He's struggling just a little bit. It's also he's coming in the 4th quarter. He's played a whole entire game at wide receiver. He's really fatigued right now.
And in all fairness to Brandon Ingle,
yeah,
you know, you're seeing probably what's going to be one of the best teams on their schedule.
Yeah.
So his first 2 snaps, a center who's not used to the quarterback being that close to the line of scrimmage because Ryan Depperschmidt lines up about another 3 yards further back. Misses a snap, and then the unfortunate interception. Here's a run on the right-hand side of Cunningham. Cunningham's going to run in for a touchdown to bring the Lions 40-0. But for Brandon Angle, not a great way to start the game, and then a little salt in the wounds there by Cunningham for another touchdown run.
Yeah, Lake Dallas is going to go back into the locker room and really lick their wounds for the next week or so heading into district play. This isn't how you want to go in with this type of loss, especially perhaps getting shut out at your home field. So it's also some good. It's a good thing to keep in mind while you're out there
this
at
is
practice.
Character building at this point.
Exactly.
When you see a game like this before season, how long does it stay in your head? What do you do as a player to shake yourself out before the season starts?
Oh, what you do is you use all of that as you use it towards your advantage. I mean, I know you're getting blown out right now. You're really getting blown out, and you go back, you watch film. You really think about that, and you think about that all week, and you make yourself mad about it. You don't get it into your head and worry about making that mistake again. But sometimes playing angry is the best way to do it, and keep studying your film over this week. Try to improve on the mistakes you made, and there's been quite a bit. And I think Lake Dallas just kind of had a little bit of a big head after last week.
I was going to ask about that because you get off that game, you're on a huge high. I mean, you come back against the Centennial Titans in a game that, by all accounts, the Titans, if you recall, were on the field celebrating that they had won, and then this huge momentum swing. You win the game. You roll into this week. You know you got a tough matchup, but you don't think it's going to be a 41-0 matchup with 6:48 left in the clock.
Yeah, and I mean, just like last year, I believe, I don't remember the score exactly, but it was
40 to 59.
40 to 59, and that was a shootout, but this is just a pure blowout, and it's going to be a tough one for the Falcons to have to practice for the next week with that hanging over their heads.
All right, so the Lions get ready to kick off the Falcons again. Some time left on the clock. We're hoping that we're going to see some stuff new from the offense, and they were trying to show us something new. And Brandon Angle's first series is not going to be one he'll want to remember. The first play, a 19-yard loss from a bad snap from the center, and the second play, an interception. They're going to fair catch this at their own 34-yard line to take over possession, and Brandon Angle's going to get a second chance here.
Yeah, I'm not shocked. It's really not surprising. They're going to try and get him used to the quarterback position, especially with Ryan Depperschmidt. Looks like he's really having a hard time with his injuries because he's really getting pummeled out there. Each game he's running the ball 15-plus times and really taking some heavy hits out there. His offensive line didn't really help him today. You want to keep your quarterback as healthy as possible, and I think they were back there. He got sacked probably about 12 times tonight.
All right, for a second series, here's a snap. It's going to be handoff right up the middle to number 43 there. Again, some new numbers. That was Zach Sanders in the running back position for maybe a 1-yard gain, a short one. I'm trying to look on the field there too, Garen. It looks like the Lions have finally put in some new players on the defensive side of the ball, so we might get a true second string on second string and give Brandon a chance to do something.
Yeah, this is where you see Brandon. He usually works against the twos when he's back there in practice, so this is more his area.
Now lined up to his right-hand side is junior Craig Webb, wide receiver, number 82. Handoff up the middle, though, and met immediately by the Lions. They're trying to do a little bit of a rugby scrum. The refs are going to blow the whistle after about a 4 or 5 yard loss. Trying to get number 43, Zach Sanders, moving the senior, and no going there, so another loss there for the Falcons. But, yeah, it looks like they got some new players in there, Garen, trying to give some of the guys a taste of the Friday Night Lights here.
Yeah, they got some new players out there, but they look just as intimidating as that first batch of players.
Intimidated is the right word for sure.
Yeah.
Here's a third down play. He's going to pitch to his left-hand side. The ball is going to be taken by number 19. Looks like it's going to be C.J. Broadway, who can't escape the Lions. It's going to be about a 5-yard loss, and it's going to bring up a fourth and long. And, boy, I've said that a lot tonight, it feels like.
Yeah, it's almost like I wanted to say, I almost said the Titans, but the Lions just really beating up the Lake Dallas defense, and they're really storming through the offense as well. The offensive line's having a hard time holding up, and it seems like every time the Lions offense gets it, it's first down after first down, or 5-6 yard gains each time. It's a tough one to watch.
Yeah, Martial Afayez, a really bad punt on that one. Shanks it off to his left. He looks disappointed in that. Looks like we'll take over at about the Lions at their own 45-yard line. Shaji, it looks like you got some of the best seats in the house on there. Again, not a great game to watch, but what can you, I mean, the stands filling out yet, or the fans staying with their home team and sitting in the seats and seeing them through this?
Most fans, some fans have left, not a lot, but still a lot of them are here, just to show support for the team, to show that, hey, you know what, we're here when you win, we're here when you lose. That's the good thing about these Lake Dallas Falcon fans.
Yeah, I'm looking down there from the Falcons nest up here, and I see plenty of people still cheering. The fans haven't given up. The student section looks strong. The cheerleaders still out there. The band's playing away. So still a decent atmosphere. The fans are enjoying themselves. And, boy, I just wish we were enjoying ourselves a little more in the field.
Oh, I'm having a blast up here still. But, I mean, just watching the game is tough. But
right.
You got to know you're facing probably the best team in Texas, private school-wise. And, I believe they won state, the private school. I'm not sure
they went to the semifinals last year and lost.
Okay.
And the year before, they won the Division I championship.
Yeah, so as you know, they're pretty talented, and it looks like Tomothy just ran for a pretty good 40-yard run.
There's a flag on the play. Number 23 is going to get a flag for a major face mask.
Yeah, so, we've been going back and forth between Timothy and Tomothy Taylor on the for the sophomore number 33, and that's because in the Max Press he's listed as Timothy, but on the varsity roster, Tomothy. So it's one of the two, and we apologize to Mr. Taylor for mispronouncing his name because he has been talked about quite a bit tonight. He's having a wonderful game for the Lions, and a big gainer deep into Falcon territory. The Lions first and 10 at the Falcons' 21-yard line with 4:12 left on the clock.
Yeah, really they're rushing. They've had pretty solid rushing and passing attack. You got Joshua Cunningham, 10 rushes, 103 yards. Tomothy Taylor, he's got, I believe, 11 rushes for 50 yards. And
right.
You got their passing offense. They've made...
Yeah, about the only way he does get stopped is when he trips on that last play, and it's going to be a 2nd and 10. He tripped at the line of scrimmage, so they're trying to give him the ball still, and still pad his stats. I can't see who their quarterback is out there.
They have 284 yards passing. It looks like they have number 12 back there at quarterback.
All right, that's the freshman, Daniel Greek, who's in the game. So the freshman from the Lions, he is huge as a freshman.
He is, but...
Hands the ball off. What is his... Hold on a second here.
A good comparison for the fans.
6'4", 208, the freshman quarterback.
Yeah, a good comparison for the fans that are listening still. That looks a lot like Drew Sanders out there. A big guy, freshman. More than likely, this Prestonwood team does go around the area and recruit some kids. They can find some pretty good talent, as they're definitely showing tonight, and really stuffing it down Lake Dallas's throats. But
so you're looking at
this guy looks a lot like Drew Sanders.
A little bit of the future of the Prestonwood Lions again. Timothy Taylor, the guy we've mentioned all night, is only a sophomore. So a lot of youth here with the Prestonwood Lions. A little bit erratic on that last pass to the left-hand side, and the third down play falls incomplete. It's going to be a 4th down, but yeah, the Prestonwood Lions lining up with a lot of youth, and knowing that Timothy or Tomothy Taylor, again, we apologize, Mr. Taylor, whoever he is, young kid, 5'6", 145. It seems like they're a team that's going to reload every year.
Yeah, it looks like they have some really solid options out there, and it looks like some people transfer away as well, but they continue to bring in very, very nice talent onto this team, and they're definitely not shy of talent at all, as they're showing with their number 2s.
Well, Daniel Greek looked every bit of the freshman that he was there in that 4th down play, misses wide receiver by a good 3 or 4 yards. So gets a couple first snaps for the young man, and saw about, just about as much success as Brandon Engel has. And with 2:36, the Falcons are going to take over, down 41-0, moving from our right to left. So maybe the last series here for Brandon Engel as he walks off to the field?
Yeah, I think that they're probably going to try and pass it, get the first down, and probably just run it until the clock runs out.
All right, so I saw Zach Sanders in the backfield, and I can't tell who's behind him. But Brandon Engel has 2 to his left, 1 to his right. It's going to be a handoff up the middle for number 43, Zach Sanders. It's going to be met after about a 2 or 3 yard gain for 2nd and 8. So good opportunity for some kids to get the ball in their hands for the first time this season, and right before division play starts, not a bad idea.
No, not at all. You want to see what you got. We all came in hoping that Lake Dallas was going to pull out a win right here. Unfortunately, they're getting blown out, but it's good to see some fresh faces, kind of get to know who's going to be back there as reserves, Dan.
So let's see if they give a chance for Brandon Engel to air it out a little bit here. The play clock's down to about 10 seconds up. Get snap off. Here's a snap. Handoff up the middle again to number 43. So giving Zach Sanders a couple of chances to handle the ball in maybe a yard if lucky.
Yeah, I think that they're just gonna. I think they're gonna run it again. I think they're gonna bring out Apayez to just punt it, and I think Prestonwood's gonna run out the clock.
All right, so he's back there with C.J. Broadway. 3rd and 8. Well, man, certainly not the excitement of last week. Almost the polar opposite of last week. If I had to think of 2 totally polar opposite things, boy, the feeling up here in the booth and everywhere else is doggone it.
Solemn.
I was hoping for something better.
Solemn. That's a good word to use.
Solemn is certainly a good word to use. And the 3rd down play, Brandon Engel's trying to reach his wide receiver, incomplete over his hands. And that is going to bring out the punting unit. Marcial Apayez, the hero from last week, his last chance to touch the ball. At least I think his last chance with 1:10 left on the clock.
It's unfortunate that, I mean, to all the people that were watching on TXA21, it's unfortunate that this happened, that this was a result of a game that was televised on TV. And I'm sure the Falcons I know the Falcons wished it could have gone their way or at least been a little bit better of a game. So no one was really hoping for this result, but Falcons just got to go back into the locker room after today, really study some film. Offensive line really has to improve on pass blocking, because it's probably one of the better defenses that they'll see throughout district play. Really try to improve. It's a big factor. Keeping Ryan Depperschmidt back there, give him a little bit more time, just get everybody healthy and really watch film. And try not to let this happen again.
To piggyback off you, Garen, I've been, in my football career, I've been a part of blowouts. I mean, none of this magnitude, but, I've had the feeling of, not scoring, and it's honestly just painful, especially in the locker room when you just sit there and soak in that loss. So they really need to find a leader to step up and try and motivate these guys for next week.
All right, so the Lions line up with a minute left. Looks like they're going to give their young quarterback, Daniel Greek, another chance to make a play or two. Nope, they're going to kneel it down and get into the victory stance, and that's probably the right thing to do. Prestonwood certainly wanted to spread the ball around a little bit and give some people a chance to touch the ball in the Friday Night Lights, but at the end of the day, you're at 41-zip. It's probably time to do the right thing and just end this thing.
Yeah, I think they can press on the brakes right here. They got this game in the bag, and for that whole 4th quarter, I mean, Lake Dallas more than likely wasn't going to come back, but they continued to go full throttle, keep their first offense in, and just shove it down Lake Dallas's throats, which I personally don't agree with, but I definitely understand the coach's thoughts, Chris Cunningham.
So Daniel Greek nails the last nail into this coffin, and I'm watching Zaylen Long get up from the bench here under his own power, which is an optimistic thing to shake hands. Looks like he spends time with the coach still. No, he's taking the helmet off. I think the coach talked him out of it. So after a week of highlights and thrills, a week of some somber reflecting and some character building for the Lake Dallas Falcons as they fall to the Prestonwood Lions 41-zip. Walk us through some of the stats here, Garen, and tell us a little bit about this game.
Yeah, Lake Dallas had 239 total yards compared to Prestonwood's 438 yards. Passing, they had Lake Dallas 217, Prestonwood 284. So really, not too big of a difference in the passing standpoint. Rushing, Lake Dallas had 34 attempts, 22 yards.
Wow, that's less than a yard per carry.
Prestonwood 27 carries, 154 yards.
If I'm on the coaching staff, I'm circling the 3rd down conversion stat, putting that on the locker of every player on the team. That's my locker fodder. 0 for 13 on 3rd down conversions.
Yeah, and a surprising factor here, Lake Dallas, they had they had more time. They had more possession of the ball. They had it for 25 minutes and 23 seconds compared to 22 minutes and 37 seconds of Prestonwood. So really it just comes down to not capitalizing on those big plays, really having to go into the red zone. You got to get some points out of there. So I'm sure Coach Young's going to go back in there, really going to talk to his team. I know he'll be upset. The whole team's going to be upset, but they've just got to bounce back next week.
All right.
And show up in district play.
So both teams at the middle of the field. Zaylen Long is walking out there with a little assistance to join the teams in a post-game prayer and maybe a moment of silence for everything that's going on with a lot of the natural disaster tragedies that this country's been struck with over the last few weeks. So a good moment there in the middle of the field by both teams, keeping things in perspective and ending the game on a positive, which is, I think,